We got another live installment for you with the On the Ropes podcast. I'm John. As always, I am joined with Costa and with the best ring announcer around. Some would think he is probably one of the biggest ring announcers in the world. Height-wise.
Not just weight-wise.
Some people call him Andre the Giant of ring announcers. Mr. Ryan, guys, what's going on? How was your Labor Day weekend?
Oh, hell of a weekend.
Yeah, if you're a wrestling fan, yes.
Yeah,
hell of a weekend for... I'm sorry, Costa, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as you said, John, I enjoyed the numerous wrestling events we had going over this weekend. So let's get into it. I'm excited about this episode, and yeah.
Especially all the other shit that happened this weekend. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and believe me, folks, we will keep you guys all in tune on what's going on because holy crap, we have a lot.
Well, I think we should start off with what happened on Friday, where, should we say, a certain dream is now crushed.
Yes. We have our first comment coming right now from Facebook. Andrew, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate that you're checking us out tonight. Yes, let's get into the Velveteen Dream. Mm-hmm. As we've been seeing since Hunter has taken control of WWE to an extent, he has brought back a lot of former stars. We've seen Karen Cross come back. Scarlett Bordeaux came back. Who else? We saw Braun Strowman come back Monday night.
We saw Hit Row come back.
Hit Row came back. Yep. But there was also
Dexter Lumis. The list goes on.
Yes. But there was rumblings that a certain Dream was going to return. And unfortunately, I think it's safe to say, hey, we got our buddy coming in from over the pond, Mr. Reynolds, who says, here we go, John Blaine and the boys. Hi from your buddy in the UK. We had one hell of a wrestling weekend, especially with Clash of the Castle. Yes, David, definitely did, and we'll definitely get into that in a second. But there was a Dream that was supposed to be coming back.
Yep.
But it seems now that that's not the case.
Nope.
And it's kind of a twofold story here. Ryan, would you like to get into the first part of the story?
So, Friday, I forgot where it was, but I think it was down in Virginia, I think.
Yes.
He got arrested for possession of illegal paraphernalia, which is illegal drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing that he's worried about right now.
No.
Because apparently EC3, Ethan Carter III, did a podcast recently and kind of shed some more light onto the Velveteen Dream character.
Oh, boy, did he ever.
Patrick Clark.
Boy, did he ever.
Yeah.
When they were all in NXT, EC3 held house parties, invited everybody from NXT, Yeah. Well, apparently Patrick Clark, or most people know him as Velveteen Dream, left his phone on in the bathroom, and they ended up finding out that he basically was taking photos or taking video of people going to the bathroom.
Ew.
I don't know, and Ryan, correct me if I don't know if anything came out as far as what he was doing with these.
I don't think so. I think he was just, taking photos.
Ew.
But I'm sorry. I don't need to go to the bathroom. I need to know that somebody's going to be watching me go use the toilet.
Well, as I say, Big Brother's always watching. Speaking of Big Brother.
Hey, Carl.
So, real quick. Mr. Clark. His trouble started in August of 22. Back in Florida, he was arrested twice. On August 20th, he was arrested on charges of first-degree battery and trespassing on property after a warning to which he pled not guilty. He was then arrested again on August 26th of charges of possessing drug paraphernalia.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what started this whole thing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. He put it to you nicely. I think it's doubtful we ever see him come back.
Yeah, he's not coming back. He's not coming back at all.
I really.
If somehow they do bring him back, I'm gonna lose so much fucking respect for the company.
Nah. It's okay. I'll tell you this, because it's Triple H in charge. I know that he's not coming back.
I know. I mean, if there was a certain hush
money.
Hush money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it.
In charge,
If a certain, I think we don't know who we're talking about here on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's. I mean, I always thought Dream was a little weird, a little out there.
I thought it was just his character. Yeah.
I really wasn't a fan of him, to be honest, in WWE.
No, well, I also thought
Criticize me all you want. I don't fucking care. I really was not a fan of him.
But I always felt like with him, they never really used him in the right way.
Really? Huh.
They sort of pigeonholed him. David jumped in here on Facebook and he goes, EC3 wasn't exactly discreet with his information, so I believe. Yeah, David, that's kind of what we're talking. That's kind of the way we're looking at it right now, is that he gave full details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
let that shit wide open.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
EC3 is the one that found Mr. Clark's phone open on record.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a fucking house.
So he deleted all that stuff, left it the way it was, and sat back down on the couch.
Oh, shit.
Mr. Clark went to retrieve said phone and quickly left after he realized it was all deleted.
Oh, fuck.
To me, you can't be, I'm not saying sane, so to speak, but the fact that you're going to have people who are going to sit there and do that, I think is ridiculous.
That's nuts, man.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
To me, the people who do that, and I don't want to go diving into the whole thing on this, but the people who do that, who videotape people in a bathroom like that without their permission, to me are kind of messed up in the head.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Definitely.
That's the best way I can put it. They're messed up in the head.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man.
As the old saying goes, they have a few loose screws up there.
Yeah.
Or they may have been hit once or twice on the head. It depends how you look at it. But going from one creep, and wow, did we start off with such a great topic on tonight's program?
Huh.
Hey, we put the disclaimer in the beginning of the video. If y'all didn't read it, your fault.
Yeah. But then we also have another situation that's a brewing. And that's happening with a certain Riddle.
Mm.
Another situation. Wow. Another situation with the Riddle. Okay.
Basically, came out right, if I remember correctly, it was sexual assault, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read and you could, if you go on Facebook and into the 9,000 different wrestling groups out there, I guarantee you'll see somebody posted about it. And you see all the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk about being discreet. Yeah. We will not be throwing those text messages on this program tonight.
Oh, hell no.
No.
But I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to put it straight out there right now. If this is true that Riddle did this, he has to have some sort of punishment behind him. Because I'm sorry. I don't care. And this is... whenever I start feeling that I'm about to start getting pissed off, Ryan, I always go back to what you always say, goose faba, that whole thing.
Goose faba.
Because I'm going to say this right now. And this isn't just with Riddle. This is every time you hear a celebrity getting brought up on, on the sexual assault stuff. The fact that we have so many people who try to throw it under the rug and who don't want anything to do with it because, they're a big name and insert industry name here, to me is disgusting. Because to me, the fact that you have somebody like Riddle, for example, yes, he's big time in WWE. I'm not taking that away from him. But that doesn't mean he should be held above the law more than any of us.
Yeah,
because here's the funny part. If any of us did that, our ass would be in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. But because it's Riddle and because he's, a
celebrity
star, we can't do anything to him. He's a big time star. Like, come on, give me a break already. You want to know why this keeps happening? I'll be completely honest, and people are not going to like what I'm about to say. The reason why stuff like this keeps happening right now in this country is for the sole fact that you have these celebrities who get accused of it. If it happens and it's true, okay, that's one thing. But then there's nothing done because they're a celebrity. It's almost like if you're a celebrity, the laws don't affect you.
Yeah. Because you have the money to pay off people. Just saying.
But then on the flip side, if you have your average Tom, Dick, or Harry, they get thrown in jail so quick that their heads couldn't spin.
Yeah.
And that's where this problem comes into play. This problem basically is happening because the way our country has become, if you're a celebrity or you're a big time person, okay, it's like, okay, you guys growing up played Monopoly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You remember how in one of the parts of Monopoly you got the free get out of jail free card?
Yeah.
It's like celebrities, all they have to do is turn around, and if they get accused, they just go like this to the cop and go, "Look, get out of jail free. I'm good."
Yep.
It's all about this, like Mr. Peterson said. It's all about this.
But that's the problem. That's the situation. That's where this whole thing comes into play. It's, do you turn around and Ryan, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If this is true of what happened to Riddle, do you think Riddle should face some sort of punishment from WWE?
Yes.
Yes.
What would that be?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I know everyone will be assuming, termination. There are ways you can work around it. I would say maybe definitely suspension, and also therapy.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Suspension and therapy.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that.
That would definitely be,
I could very, very, very well see that, because to me, something has to be done. You have to have some sort of precedent set.
See, another thing with these individuals, obviously they grow up to be regular individuals, but as soon as they get a bit of stardom, they allow the stardom to get to their head, and they think they can do whatever they want, right? But that should not be the case.
Casa, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. That you have people now, as soon as they sniff the celebrity world, it's almost like they forget what it's like to be a normal person.
And that's a bad example to, especially when kids look up to these people as idols.
Yeah,
pretty much right here is showing.
We got another comment coming in from David.
Basically, what we just been saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
He said, "I hate how having celebrity status and plenty of money seems to make predators untouchable." Yeah, David, that's exactly what we're saying right now. Go ahead.
No, and what I was saying was, with kids that watch up these, look at these celebrities, they idolize them. What is that? What are the celebrities, that are doing this shit, telling the kids, if you're old enough and you make a lot of money and you're famous, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can send dirty messages and it won't be any backlash. And even if there were, who cares? You're a celebrity. That's not that. Sorry, I'm trying not to get triggered right now on this shit. This is disgusting. Yes.
Yeah.
The problem also too is the justice system in this country is so lackadaisical, and I'm putting this nicely. Okay?
Half-ass backwards.
Yes, you're going to go to jail for the littlest thing, but something like this, don't do it again. Have a nice day. You get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know how, like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's the worst sickening thing this country has ever done.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's listening, that's one of these millenniums, I'm going to say this right now. Get your head out of your ass. Tell your congressman to fix the goddamn Justice Department.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only ones that can fix this problem.
That is, if they're not corrupted by money themselves. But anyway,
I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat at this point. Okay?
Yeah.
If this problem doesn't get fixed now, you are going to suffer it later when you get older.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the last, between what we're opening up tonight's show with and what we talked about last week, people have to come to the realization there are bigger things to worry about in this country. And I don't want to make this a political thing. I don't want to. But when it comes into the wrestling world, we almost have to.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that
Before
I
I
think Riddle
snap, I'm
should,
going into the back again.
Okay.
Okay? Before I snap, I'm going to go into the back and do my job.
Have fun.
But no, but that's the way I'm looking at this. To me, it's like, and again, I don't want to make this a political thing because when this is not a political show.
We're here to talk about wrestling, but as John said, if it trickles into the wrestling world, we have a job to talk. It's our job to talk about it. So
exactly, and to me, you're gonna sit there and basically it's gonna be like, oh, nothing happened. Riddle, you're fine. You're good. And it's like, come on.
But this goes back to my previous point and what I mentioned before. Now that Triple H is in charge, I am 99.9% sure that he's not going to allow any of these things to get out of hand without the person having any repercussions to it. So
yeah.
So, speaking of shit that's happening, not letting stuff happen in the background, and also politics coming in, let's talk about what's happening in TK world.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's go.
Nice little transition on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Is it all roses and petals there?
It was, but not anymore.
It was, yeah.
It was.
I'm going to say this right now. I know we don't have a disclaimer for this, but I'm going to say this right now. If you're an AEW diehard who lives, breathes, and eats AEW, you might not like what we're about to say.
I think everyone that's in the industry and knows half of the locker room personally.
Yeah.
That's why we should all like wrestling instead of choosing sides of who's better and who's not. That's why you should just like wrestling.
Yeah.
Both things here. Anyway.
Yeah.
But folks, we will get into the pay-per-view later on in the show because I thought it was a good pay-per-view in my opinion. But
yeah.
Get this shit out of the way because this is like, where the hell did this come from?
Actually, before
I
we
have
get
no
into
idea.
that, Ryan, before we get into that, let's go quickly into the Gary Wolf situation.
Oh God.
Okay. Oh man.
Can I tell this story because I know the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was yours?
All right, so Friday night in, I believe it was Toms River, New Jersey, there was a company called FYW. I don't know what the terms are, but I don't care. There was a massive card that they had, and it featured a few big names on there. Excuse me, a few big names: Rhett Titus, Just Incredible, Gary Wolf, and I forgot who else was on the poster. That's all I can remember. The house. I mean, the place only drew 25 people.
Titus.
I said Red Titus in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said Red Titus.
Yeah.
Should we get Carl sponsored by Q-Tips too?
Hey, we should already get a sponsor for Mr. Clean from him. But anyway, that's okay.
There's a few sponsors I want to get for this show.
Yeah.
So when the place only drew 25 people.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting. Which is horrible. Now comes towards the end where apparently, let's just say some people got paid and some people didn't. Gary Wolf was one of those people who did not get paid.
Yeah.
And someone, I know who, but I'm not going to mention names, filmed the altercation in the locker room where, again, folks, just like I said in the disclaimer in the beginning, what you're about to hear, you may not like it. Basically saying to the promoter, who's also a wrestler on the show, saying, you didn't get my money. It was a whole minute and a half video. But basically the key phrases were, you're staying with me the whole night until your partner comes and gives me money. Basically kidnapping him, bringing him back to his hotel room.
Yeah.
And then I cannot believe he said this. I'm disgusted when I first saw this. Basically said, I'm going to rape you.
Ew, really?
As you can see the look on my face, I'm utterly disgusted by the whole thing.
No, that was not directed to him.
No, it wasn't, but he said it in the video, though.
He said it in the video, but it wasn't meant for him. It was meant for another family member.
Oh, okay.
Still, regardless. Thank you, Mr. Producer. My apologies. But still, regardless, you don't fucking say that at all. And then somehow the promoter got him to do a signing the next day. The next day at a comic convention or something like that in Jersey. And the videos from the live stream, you see him, you see him like beating him down and whatnot. Some people out there are saying, "Oh, it's a work. It's a work." It's not a fucking work. I'm being straightforward. It is not.
Yeah.
And again, this is someone who's in the industry, knows a little thing or two about how works work, but definitely not one.
Yeah.
And if it was, then it pretty much proves how certain shindy feds are in Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, I can't comment much on this situation because I didn't know. Before you said something, I didn't know about it. So yeah, I can't really comment on it. Just
Hey, Costa, this happened on Friday night and Saturday, so it literally just happened.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like a man.
And also, there's a video out there of like a little compilation video of like the little conversation in the meeting and whatnot.
Yeah.
And a certain page decided to tag maybe you guys might know him, Heyman Hustle.
Really? Wow.
We got another comment coming in. Apparently you know this person.
Yeah, I know Zubin. I know him.
Hi, Mr. Zubin. How are you?
Hey,
Don't
Zubin.
say hi. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I don't understand this now, Brian. Maybe you can explain this to me because you're in the industry. These promoters who run shows and don't like to pay talent.
I've been in plenty situations before.
But I don't understand the point of it.
Well, I know. Why would you run a show and not pay the time? That's not.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Could be an ego thing. Say, hey, I want to run a wrestling show. Not really thinking, oh shit, I gotta pay the people.
Yeah. Speaking about a guy who some think he's an owner, but he's really just a fanboy who has lots of daddy's money. Let's get into the AEW situation.
Yeah. Now they're getting.
You like that segue?
Yeah.
What?
You like that segue?
And I kind of like the backstage politicking and not letting shit hit the fan, but in this case, shit did hit the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have to set in case people don't know what we're talking about. And again, folks, we're going to get into the actual pay-per-views themselves towards the second half of the show.
Yeah.
The reason why we're going with this now is because there's still been news coming out even a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, as we speak. Yeah.
And guys, we will also, if we get any news, we will let you guys know. David says, "Nice shirt, Ryan."
Yeah, it's actually
guys, I'll tell you right now. Ryan owns other shirts. I know you guys only see him wearing that shirt every time we're on the show.
I mean,
it's wrestling related, all right? This is a wrestling podcast. If you don't like it, John, then oh boy, you have no idea what I have in my arsenal for you if you keep back talking me, boy.
It's actually the perfect time to wear that shirt as we're talking.
I know.
Yeah, I'm wearing. I'm going from being a bright yellow highlighter at work today to a giant green one,
which is probably
more like a big green mucus.
Yeah, which is probably
moving on.
I was gonna say, which is probably staying with like meatballs and stuff of that.
Moving on, somebody has to be professional on the show.
John loves meatballs.
Yeah, exactly.
After AEW All Out, we had the media scrum. As you know, they always have the media in a certain room, and they have certain talents. There's 2 parts I want to look at.
Okay.
Because there's one part that nobody's really talking about, and that was when they had Swerve in Our Glory at the table.
Oh yeah, and they said call it audible. Yeah.
And somebody asked Tony Khan right in front of them, "Oh, did you call an audible on that match?"
Why did they say that? I'm just saying that because the match seemed like it was going the way they wanted it to go. So yeah. So why would they say that is my question.
Because a lot of people who think they're journalists are idiots.
Yeah.
And don't think and go, "Ooh, I'm a journalist. I can write for this website. Ooh, let me ask this question." Despite the fact that 2 of the people in the goddamn match were right there.
Exactly.
But yeah. Ryan, do you want to go with this? We do the Punk stuff first and then TK's comments?
Oh, repeat that one more time.
Do you want to go Punk's comments first? And then we go into the TK comments?
Well, from what I remember on Mr. Phil Brooks, first of all, apparently there's a bakery in Chicago that he loves, so he gave him some props, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, he ate a bunch of muffins, didn't he? Or something like that? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's besides, I think that's the only good thing that came out of the media scrum, are the muffins.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
basically, someone mentioned, I think someone mentioned the words Colt Cabana.
And he went off, yeah.
And he went off.
I'm going to say this right now.
Here we go.
No. Ryan, this isn't what you and I talked about a couple days ago.
No, I'm being serious. Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's go, yeah.
You look at the whole situation. Obviously, if people go to YouTube, they can watch the entire media scrum right there. I agree with Punk in one perspective.
Okay.
That it's 2022, and he hasn't been friends with Cabana since, I think, what do you say, 2013? 2014?
Yeah.
I think 14 or 15.
Yeah, something like that.
And people are still asking about Cabana. That would be like if you're married and you were married 40 years ago, you divorced your ex-wife 38 years ago, and people still ask you, "How's your ex-wife doing?"
I know.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm sorry. People who go to these media scrums should not be asking CM Punk after he just had a hard-fought battle with Moxley, "Oh, what's going on with you and Cabana now?"
It doesn't matter in this case.
Who gives a crap? And like Punk said, he doesn't care. They haven't spoken. Cabana turned around to Punk and said, "Okay, we can move our separate ways." But still, he's still being asked about this.
Yeah. It makes zero sense.
If they want my personal opinion about this whole thing, about we'll go back into the story about AEW should not do the fucking media scrums anymore.
No, I don't think they will.
I know. I agree. I actually agree with that. Yeah.
It's the stupidest idea. I'm sorry. Okay. Now it's my turn to. You know what? Let's finish this up, and then we'll finish that off. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Fine. But yeah, what Punk did, was it the right thing to do? I could see both sides of the aisle. Obviously, Punk has been getting frustrated with the fact that the EVPs who he called out on that media scrum were putting some stuff out there that he was the reason for everything that happened with Cabana. Okay, I can see it in that perspective. But on the other side, and we can talk from experience on this, you don't go in front of a camera to air the dirty laundry of other people.
No.
And that's basically what Punk did.
Yeah, may I add my 2 cents to this?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead, Pastor.
I'm gonna say this, okay? So my perspective on it is this, like, so for one thing, I will put this disclaimer out there. Punk is probably my favorite wrestler ever in recent times, okay? He's my favorite wrestler, okay? But I will say this. I have heard nobody say a bad thing about Hangman Page ever. So for Punk to say something bad about Hangman, it looks kind of weird on his part that nobody has ever said anything about Hangman and he's saying it. It's like, so from a Hangman and Punk perspective, I kind of, and you guys are right when you say that the comments that CM Punk made shouldn't be made publicly or at least when the camera is on, right? So it's just kind of weird because like I said, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Hangman Page. So the fact that he's saying something bad about Hangman Page, that looks like he's at fault for that, at least.
Guys, before I get to my point, we do have a comment coming in from a good friend of mine, Mickey Rogers, who says, "Around the ropes, go."
Is goated. Yes, we are goated. Thank you very much.
Again, Mickey, I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity last night to do the video that unfortunately took 2 or 3 shots of doing the fantasy football order for you guys. And it's funny. Here's the funny thing. I still have the hat right here.
Nice hat.
The hat right here. But again, guys, definitely I appreciate you guys letting me do that. And I know, Ryan, you have something sarcastic to say.
I do, but I'm not gonna say it on camera.
Say it.
Hold up that hat again. Does that even fit your head?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Was it from your T-ball days?
Look at what size it is.
Small. He needs an extra large. Like quadruple X. Some size that's not even around yet. Mr.
Joey Banks, good Lord Almighty.
But yeah. But again, guys, definitely go check out my Facebook page. You can definitely watch me do that video. Like I said, I had to do it a couple of times, but again, I appreciate it.
Wow.
Why do I need a brain scan? Tell me. Let me know. Let me know why I need a brain scan.
Remind me again who this Joey Banks is.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, please remind me. Yeah.
Let's move on.
No. Who's this Joey Banks guy? I'm being straightforward. He sounds familiar.
Somebody I went to school with.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm being nice right now, Joey.
Ryan, unfortunately, the ski is what holds a dear part in my life.
Was he commenting because of the hat?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm not bashing the Reds. I'm bashing, but just the hat in general. The hat. The Reds, and by the way, they're winning right now. Just saying.
Moving on, because we still have. Billy.
Hey.
Hi, Billy.
Hey,
What's
Billy.
up?
How you doing? But let's get into it now with this whole Punk situation. Thank you, Mickey. I appreciate that, buddy.
Thanks, Mickey.
Let's get into it now because this whole Punk situation. Yeah, Mickey, I know.
Oh, we know. Trust me, you guys have no idea what happens off camera. You have no idea.
Exactly.
And they will never know, right, Ryan?
Well,
Until we get millions of dollars and we get our own Netflix series, that's another story.
Well, come again. What are we doing?
Netflix series.
Oh yeah, sure.
if we were to get a Netflix series, if we were to get a Netflix series that would give us all $1 million, then everything gets exposed. Everything will get exposed.
No, only for 100 million. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. About John Blaine. We're doing expose.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're doing expose.
Around the ropes, the John Blaine story.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Lifetime, if you're watching this, sponsor us.
Let's get back into the wrestling talk.
Okie dokie.
All right.
But you look at what Punk said, and what happened afterwards.
Oh God.
Punk and Ace Steel, who was Punk's friend and the producer for AEW, supposedly, I'm not sure if he's been fired. I know there's been rumblings that he was going to be fired, or he was going to be like, or something was going to happen. I haven't heard any confirmation that he actually is gone from the company. Supposedly got into an altercation with the Elite, with Omega and the Bucks.
Oh God.
To the point that Omega and the Bucks both threatened to walk away completely.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. That it got to the point that, now Ryan, correct me, you can stop me if I'm wrong here. There was a chair thrown at Nick.
Yep. So basically what the reports are saying are that a chair that was thrown by Mr. Steele.
Yeah.
That originally was supposed to be intended for Nick accidentally hit Matt.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, from what I heard, there was terms of biting involved, and some are saying that Punk was the biter.
Ew.
Yeah. No, supposedly it was Ace.
Some are saying it's Punk.
Really?
Either way, someone was hungry.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But this whole situation,
yeah.
I mean, to the point now that I read something before, and our producer told me this when I'm on my way home from work today, that none of the people involved in the altercation are going to be at TV this week.
Nope.
Now, here comes the question. Which, obviously, like I said, nobody knows what's going on with Ace Steel right now. I haven't heard any confirmation yet from Sean Orsap or Wade Keller or any of them saying that that Ace Steel is officially out. But on the flip side, now, what do you do about Punk? And I'm going to ask this to everybody who's watching us. I'm going to ask this to you too as well. What do you do with Punk now? Because obviously, Punk went into business for himself with making the comments he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this much. There's a term, cracks in the wall. I think we saw a major crack in the wall Sunday night at All Out.
The way you mean chunks in the armor, or chicks in the armor? Yeah, definitely.
No. Costa, what I'm saying is, you remember when a lot of people were jumping ship from WWE to AEW?
Yeah.
There's cracks in the wall.
Yeah.
I think you're starting to see that with AEW right now. I really think you're starting to see that now, big time.
Oh, definitely.
Like I'll go record right now and saying this: the honeymoon phase is over for AEW.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because now you have not only now do you have a locker room that's divided. First of all, you have a locker room that doesn't know what the hell's going on. And this is also a guy, mind you, Punk, who was out for a while with an injury, came back, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came back 3 weeks ago, had the really odd match with Moxley at the Cleveland show. That only lasted a few minutes.
Now that I think about it, that was really odd. That
Comes back, wins the title at All Out in his hometown, and decides to go into business for himself.
But why waste all that fucking time then?
Somebody posted, but here's the funny part, though, right? Somebody posted a video when Punk first came back to wrestling last August compared to now, with the line. Man, what a year has been! It's been such a different in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, and you're gonna laugh at this reference here. Now, where Punk came back into wrestling last August, everybody looked at him as, "Oh, here's our Superman, here's our Captain America coming back to save us." He turns into Mr. Freeze. He turns into the Penguin.
He turns into Venom.
Exactly. Yeah. He turns into Venom. That's a better way.
Exactly.
But okay, here's a better way I can put it. Punk turned to the dark side.
Yeah. Turned into Darth Vader. Or Darth.
But now, Ryan, I think it's time I get into what we talked about.
Well, can I say my 2 cents on the whole thing?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So, basically, from what I'm hearing, Punk's credibility in the locker room is not as, sunshines and rainbows as everyone thinks it is.
I agree.
Someone that I know compared his mentality in the locker room as a Brock Lesnar style.
Oh shit! Really?
Meaning that he has his own locker room. He doesn't want to be around any of the other talent.
It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because at the beginning, like when he first came back, he's like, I want to help this person. I want to help that person. I want to get the young talent over and all that stuff.
Yeah. You know what happened? Tony Khan put him in that feud with MJF, and MJF ripped him a new asshole, and that basically, in my opinion, I think that's what really sent them to reality.
Yeah, for sure.
But then,
as basically someone else said, Punk is pulling the same Punk's mentality right now, because there was a meme out there of 2 photos of this media scrum, which I will get into, by the way, about this whole media scrum bullshit.
Yeah.
Back in Double or Nothing, back in May, when he won the title, you see the photo of Punk and Tony Khan, happy, whatnot, and then here we are, a little over 2 months later, and you see them, still, new champion and Punk, but they look depressed.
Yeah.
So, John, you were saying, what a difference a year makes. How about what a difference 2 months make?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I will say this right now, and I'll go more into this when we get into what Tony had to say. But I'm going to tell you this right now, and I don't pull back punches on this show. If this shit doesn't get fixed ASAP, I don't know how much longer AEW will be in existence.
But listen, John. Sorry for the interruption, okay? Mm-hmm. But listen, so the thing is, nobody has any specific details on why this is happening. This is it just came out of the blue, randomly. Does anybody feel that way or not? It just came out of the blue. Nobody expected AEW to have problems like this. I don't understand.
This is what happens when you have. This is what happens when you let everyone have creative control.
Exactly.
I'm almost gonna go farther than that. I don't even go back. I go back to when Cody left.
Yeah, that's the other one too. That's when it kind of started a little bit when Cody left.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did Cody know something was gonna happen and almost pulled a Stephanie and said, "I don't want to be involved in this shit show when the shit hits the fan"?
Maybe.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened right now.
Yeah, I think he knew something. I think he knew something was going to happen.
Yes, Carl?
So, John, you brought up about Cody, and there's a meme out. I wouldn't say a meme, but there's a video clip of Cody and Hangman in the locker room with the Young Bucks, and Cody throws a chair.
Mm-hmm.
That's a BTE gimmick.
Right. But what if it wasn't a gimmick at the time?
I don't know.
About it. Because that chair throw did not look like it was staged. And Ryan, you know which video it is.
Mm-hmm.
But let me throw this out there.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And let me throw this to people who are watching. Are you Team Punk or Team Elite? I want to get the feel of the fans on this one. So leave a comment below if you're Team Elite or you're Team Punk. Yes, Carl?
All right. So, John, you brought that up. Okay. As I was explaining to Ryan off air, one, okay, I'm behind Punk for a reason. For one particular reason.
Okay.
He was in the locker room, and the three of them stormed in to confront him. It's like they always say, you back a dog into the corner, what's going to happen? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But, then again, Punk brought this on himself.
Yeah. I agree with that.
If you're a professional like you're supposed to be, you would not call them out on a media
Scrum.
conference, whatever you want to call it. You don't do that. That's unprofessional.
Yeah.
Okay? You talk in the back amongst yourselves with the owner and the lawyers if there's a situation like this.
And the other part also with the scrum, if you notice also, Tony didn't know about it until Jericho said something to him.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, there's that one part of the scrum where you see Jericho stands up, looks at Tony, and he says it under his breath, he doesn't want to, and he turns around and goes, some shit just went down.
Mm-hmm.
Because during that conference, you see security run out.
Well, somebody actually got a shot of the scrum from, I think it would be the right-hand side, and you see the security guard go dashing behind the curtains to the locker room.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll say this right now, Ace Steel is lucky his ass isn't in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be bluntly honest right now. Ace Steel is lucky his ass is not in jail for what he did. And no, go ahead.
No, I was saying, adding on to earlier on when I was talking about, a lot of people saying that Punk, the whole Punk mentality. Bobby Fish, when he got released from AEW, he flat out bashed Punk, saying that he's pretty much a cancer in the locker room.
Yeah, and a part of me wants to give him a little bit of, but it's like Carl just said before, and I agree with him. And believe me, folks, we have experienced it ourselves of having dirty laundry being played out on camera.
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
And to me, that was but I'm going to say this right now, that was a complete immature thing to do. Like Carl said, and I understand it was a question brought up by one of the journalists there and I say journalists in quotes. But what should have happened was Punk should have turned around and said, I don't feel this is the right time for me to answer this. Then maybe we wouldn't see the once happy-go-lucky AEW come crumbling to the ground. Because we're starting to see a crumble happen. And not a good crumble. Get on crumble cake. That's good, by the way. Sentiments. Very good. That was a really bad segment in that, but
That was bad.
yeah.
I do want to add one more thing about this whole thing.
What happened?
I do want to add one more thing about this whole fiasco, as they call it.
Uh-huh.
They should nix the media scrum shit.
The
They
media.
should nix it. Because it is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. The only promotion that can get away with it is New Japan. Because have you noticed, New Japan does the same thing, but here's the thing. Here's the difference between how AEW does it and how New Japan does it. When New Japan does it, it's right after the match, and no one asks questions.
Yeah.
No one asks questions. Whereas with AEW, these journalists are asking the most stupidest questions, again for Punk. Oh, he fought 20, 30 minutes, and his face is covered in blood. But how's things going with Coca Cabana? Seriously, folks, do you even watch the fucking product? Did you not watch the fucking match? No, you read about shit that happened years ago? If that's the case, then you should not even be there. You should not even be there as part of media, because all you are is just a fucking mark out there trying to get information because you have nothing better to do in your lives instead of watching the product that you just witnessed a few moments ago.
Exactly. The guy just had an incredible match. You should be asking questions about that.
Yes, Carl.
What they need to do is vet the media that's there. And not only that, they should monitor what questions are going to be asked first.
Exactly.
Just like any other press conference, they have a list of what they can ask and what they can't ask. And if one person starts asking the questions that they're not supposed to, shut them down. And if they continue it, remove them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is this, though. Carl, I get what you're saying, but you don't. I think this whole media scrum thing is ridiculous. Because you don't get any. The only time you should ever have a media scrum, and I'm being dead serious right now, is right before the pay-per-view or right after the pay-per-view with one person, and that's the owner of the company.
Yeah. Or the two champions or the one champion. That's it, yeah.
I'm only saying that because that's where you're going to get your news. You're going to turn around and tell me, oh, yeah, Tony Storm, you had a great match. What are your thoughts on Thunder Rosa?
Huh? Yeah. You're right, John. It should be like the person asking the questions and then the two or the one champion that won the belt or whatever. It shouldn't be just, you know what I'm saying, right? It should be very minimal.
Yeah.
What you could do is the owner with every belt holder.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
But
Guys,
you can ask the owner any question.
Absolutely. But guys, let us know in the comments below. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, let us know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this whole Punk and all AEW situation going on right now? Because when Ryan went to his whole thing about the journalists, he was being nice. What I'm about to get into with TK.
Oh, being nice? Yeah.
What I'm about to get into with TK, I'm not being nice.
John.
No, Costa.
No, cause
Okay.
Ryan, would you like to set it up?
Yeah, let Ryan set it up. Yeah.
all right, folks. Just like the warning in the beginning of the video, what you're about to hear may trigger some people. Might trigger some fans.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't the facts. This is just someone's opinion. That way people won't get ballistic. I'm being nice here, Carl. What? Yes. As we said this in the beginning of the broadcast, on tonight's episode of the Around the World podcast, there will be some topics not suitable for children. They should also put some wrestling fans who obviously can't take straight facts. Anyway,
Yeah.
So without further ado, it is time for coffee talk. With
or is it donut talk?
No, it's coffee talk.
Coffee talk. Okay.
It's time for coffee talk with Mr. John Blaine.
It's an asshole.
I've been thinking all day.
Or is it dill pickle? Is it dill pickle talk? I'm joking. No.
Dill pickle talk.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
Anyway, folks, it is time for Blaine's rant.
Yeah.
The glasses are coming off.
The glasses are coming off, guys.
Okay, good.
Here we go.
Okay. Now, I know for the last probably 40 minutes or so, we've been talking a lot about what Punk said. But comments were also said by the owner of the company, Mr. Tony Khan. And the comments that were said by Tony Khan were in relation to the fact that for a while now, AEW was the only one that had a pay-per-view Labor Day weekend. For the longest time they did. WWE decided to do not one, but 2 pay-per-views with Clash of the Castle and Worlds Collide, which again, folks, we'll get into that in a bit. Tony Khan basically had a hissy fit and basically turned around and said he doesn't find it fair. He finds it too coincidental. Okay. Now that I've laid out the groundwork, here we go. Tony, if you're listening and you can hear these words coming out of my mouth, listen to what I'm about to say. Get your head out of your ass. Realize that this isn't the same WWE that was run by Vince, okay? This is Triple H and his crew. And you want competition. You don't have, there's nothing that says, oh, AEW is the only pay-per-view that's in town, okay? If you look at the independent scene, you have usually 5 or 6 independent shows happening in the same time. But, oh, I don't like it because it's not fair. I'm sorry, Tony. Right now, with what just happened with your world heavyweight champion and CM Punk, you have to get your shit in order right now. Because with what Punk said, and I said this before, there's cracks in the wall here. There's going to be a moment where Tony Khan has to get his balls back and be a CEO and be a leader. Because right now he is, and right now he's being a goddamn child sitting in the corner because he had a toy taken away from him. I've said this before about Tony. Tony Khan is nothing more than a major fanboy who has a lot of money from daddy. Well, I'm sorry, Tony. You have to actually act like you're an adult and act like you're a CEO. Because right now, with the fact of what WWE is doing in ratings right now, which is usually between like a 1.5 and a 2. I haven't seen what they did last night on Monday Night Raw, so if anybody can let me know, I appreciate that. You can't keep pulling in 900,000 or 950 because I'll tell you right now, you're not going to last. WWE is going to destroy you. So instead of attracting, and I know it's the network they're on, I understand that part, but a network or not, you can't keep attracting to the hardcore fan base and think you're going to be able to pull something off here. You have to sit there and actually have matches that have a storyline in them. Have meaning behind the matches. Don't just turn around. It's like also when Tony Khan is sitting there playing 2K22 going, okay, I'm going to randomize opponent A and randomize opponent B. You can't keep doing that if you want to succeed, especially with what we've been seeing with what Hunter's been doing. So, Tony, get your shit together, grow up, start acting your age, not your shoe size, and do something about this. Because if you continue to sit there and be a child and not a CEO who actually knows what he's doing, AEW may not be around much longer. And there, I'm good.
You sure you're good there?
Yeah. I was being very well behaved on that one. So let me just take that out of that. All right. Thoughts, reactions?
John, technically speaking, since TK is basically a millionaire or a billionaire, he can be around as long as he wants to. But I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. In terms of ratings, they need to, and I'm gonna go back to your point. They need to cater to the casual fan. Start catering to the casual fan instead of.
Also, get on a network that everyone fucking has.
Exactly. Because I know a lot of people don't have TNT or TBS, whatever they're on right now, so they need to get on to somewhere where they can be watched nationally, worldwide.
Yeah.
But Ryan, what do you think of what I had to say?
Boy, you went off.
Yeah, and I know I was joking at the beginning, but you're correct about all the points that you made.
You are.
And I'm actually looking right now. If somebody can tell me, oh, they didn't come out with the ratings yet for last night.
For what, Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a little bit of time.
Oh, no, they did. Oh, no, August 16th. No, it's not August 16th. It's September 5th.
All right, so yeah, you're right in terms of the fact that he needs to stop catering, because I know what Tony Khan's trying to do. He's trying to cater to his wrestlers so everybody's happy. But at some point in being a CEO, you actually have to take charge. Take charge in the direction that your company is going. And Tony Khan doesn't seem to want to do that.
No, he doesn't. He'd rather sit there and all of a sudden have the Young Bucks versus the Acclaim have no build, have nothing, just because he hit randomizer on the goddamn screen. And again, folks, the one thing I have to stress here, okay, I'm not an AEW basher, because I know I'm going to get that in the comments. I am just a fan who wants to see this company succeed. And as long as Tony Khan keeps doing what he's doing, they're not going to do anything. But
yeah. Oh, Lord Almighty.
I'm calm. I'm fine.
No, I said, oh, Lord Almighty. I think we should actually get into the actual wrestling. How does that sound?
I mean, be glad I didn't rip my shirt.
I think a lot of people will be happy about that.
Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about what I was saying before, and what are your thoughts on the whole Tony Khan thing? Again, like you see in the scroll below us, you can follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. Unfortunately, we do not have a URL yet, but if you go to YouTube, type in the ATR Network, you'll find us there. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you guys nothing. It does wonders for us. While you're there, hit the little bell. You'll be notified as soon as we have any YouTube exclusives, and we're all going to start doing those again, folks, in the coming weeks. And share the video. Either if you're watching us on Facebook, share the video. If you're watching us on YouTube, share the video. Let your friends, your family, your cousins, the guy you meet at a local restaurant, what you're seeing there. But yeah,
may I add something to all of this?
Sure.
Just to wrap it up, or wrap this segment up. So I'm gonna tell our fans or our viewers something now. So here at the Around the Ropes podcast, we enjoy all wrestling. We're not biased towards one company or two companies or three companies. We like all wrestling. So the important thing that other podcasts don't do that we do is we don't sugarcoat the facts. You might see a podcast here and there that is all WWE favoritism, all AEW favoritism. We don't do that here. We enjoy all wrestling and we talk about all wrestling. Just to add to that.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct.
And speaking of wrestling, there was a bunch of them that happened this weekend.
Exactly. Let's get into it. Let's go.
So why don't we kick off why don't we talk about the big show that happened over in some place called Cardiff, Wales?
Wait, Big Show was there?
What?
You said the big show at Cardiff, Wales. So Big Show was there?
Oh, the middle one right there. The middle one with Roman Reigns. And John, shut up.
Exactly. Take you sounded like Vince McMahon there. Sorry.
Shut up, you're fired. All right.
Yeah, you're fired, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. So
Do I have to sign an NDA first?
No. It's okay.
No, but
Quiet, John.
I'll just give you a shitload of dill pickles. No.
Quiet, John, or you go in timeout.
No. I'll give John a big dill pickle and 2 meatballs. Now.
Exactly.
Oh no, in his case, matzo balls. So, anyway, in Cardiff, Wales, for the first time in 30 years, I'm calling it what it is. It's a fucking pay-per-view, not a premium live event. It's a fucking pay-per-view because you're paying a streaming service. You're paying pay-per-view. Good Lord Almighty. If it was a premium live event, it would have been done on the USA Network on Saturday. That's a premium live event. But no, you pay the service. That's it. Anyway, it was Clash at the Castle. It was the first time in 30 years that a pay-per-view took place in the UK since SummerSlam 1992.
Yep.
And what a show this was. What a show.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I enjoyed all of it thoroughly. I have something to say about the ending though, but continue what you were gonna say. Sorry.
So they kicked off actually with the pre-show match because I completely forgot it was a pre-show match.
Yeah, so did I actually.
Which had the team a 6-man tag of Alpha Academy, and Austin Theory getting his name back against Madcap Moss and the Street Profits, which Madcap and the Street Profits won. And I thought it was a good, a nice little pre-show match. I thought it was nice. Just to start riling up the crowd.
Yeah.
Then we got onto the main card, and we had Damage Control, which is Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, taking on Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Bianca Belair, and no surprise there. Damage Control won, but here's a little kicker about this. Bayley pinned Bianca. So what does that mean? That means that it looks like we're getting our Bianca's next title feud.
Yep. Which would be amazing, by the way.
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, the plan is Bianca versus Bayley at Extreme Rules in October for the title.
Probably, yeah.
And then after that was, in my opinion, I think the best match on the fucking card. And it was a battle of beefiness. As Gunther takes on Sheamus for the Intercontinental title, and holy mother of God.
As Sheamus said, banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
Big men slapping meat. John loves that very much. I know that. Which Gunther retained. And then after that, which I was kind of surprised that, yes, John, what do you need, Dill Pickle Boy?
We're forgetting one part of that match.
What?
Imperium is back.
Yeah. With Giovanni. I'm calling him Fabian Eicher. I don't fucking care about that Giovanni shit.
All I'm going to say is this. Ludwig Kaiser, whatever his name is, Kaiser.
Yeah.
Right.
Kaiser, yeah.
Great fucking hype man.
Oh. The only thing I wish is that they brought back the original Imperium theme song.
Oh my god! Imagine 62,000 plus singing that song. Holy shit!
Yeah, I saw the picture, by the way, afterwards. You know what Sheamus's chest reminded me of? Ground beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, it's Ireland, so it's called minced meat.
Yeah. And take it from somebody who got chopped by Marina Shafir a couple weeks ago.
About a month ago.
Yeah. What I got doesn't compare to what Sheamus got.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
If I got what Sheamus got, I don't think I'd be sitting here right now.
His chest was bleeding, bro.
Oh my god, you can see the veins like popping. But anyway,
Yeah.
after that, which was kind of a surprise in my opinion, but it leads into the match after that. It was Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler for the SmackDown Women's title. And Liv Morgan retained, which I was, again, very surprised. Sorry, Carl, but, I had Shayna going over, but I guess, they have bigger plans for Liv at this time. Who knows? But it was a decent match. It was a little bit better than I expected.
Yeah.
But, it felt weird because, again, it was after, the Intercontinental title match.
Yeah.
And then next, we saw this tag match of basically the Judgment Day, which is Damian Priest and Finn Balor, taking on two of the original SmackDown 6 in Edge and Rey Mysterio.
Incredible match.
Very incredible match, and Edge and Mysterio won. But then,
Can I say it?
he pulled the Eddie Guerrero.
God damn it!
I was going to go a different route.
What?
What are we gonna do?
Dominic Mysterio took Edge and Rey Mysterio down to Kick City.
It was only for one of them. The other one was a clothesline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a vicious one too, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to say this. I am very intrigued with the way that the Dominic character is going. Very intrigued.
Oh,
I called it.
So did I.
So did I.
You all did. Well, actually, I don't think John did.
No, John didn't.
I
John
know.
said extreme rules.
Extreme.
Does it matter who called it when? It happened, okay?
Yes, it does. Because it proves who knows wrestling and who doesn't. I'm joking.
So then the next match, which was a match that originally was supposed to take place at SummerSlam, but they decided to push it back, and I thought it was a very good match in my opinion. Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, not Riddle. Matt Riddle.
I will say one thing though. Despite the personal issues that Matt Riddle is going through right now, he should have definitely won that match.
I don't know. But fun fact, this was actually Seth Rollins' first pay-per-view win in I think 15 months. I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
And not including Survivor Series, because that was a first singles one-on-one win for him.
Mm-hmm.
But and also if anybody caught this, Rollins actually mentioned Riddle's ex-wife in the ring.
Yeah. Yes, I heard that. Yeah.
Say, I hope your ex-wife and kids are watching at home, looking how much of a failure you are in front of all these people. I'm like, wow, they're really going this far.
And then he started slapping him, right?
Yeah. And then comes the main event of the evening, which took basically UK's pride and joy, Drew McIntyre, which I will say though, the opening package I fucking popped for.
They should have just done Broken Dreams, like not half and half.
Fully.
Yeah.
Because when I heard Broken Dreams, I'm like,
Oh,
yes! And then they went to his dun, 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 dun. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it was because they want to give you the couple minutes of nostalgia.
Oh, speaking of nostalgia, I can't imagine how Edge was feeling when the entire crowd was singing his fucking theme.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was incredible.
That was incredible. That was definitely incredible.
Yeah.
WWE didn't have to mute the mics on that one.
No. I will say this much though, regarding Dominic Mysterio heel turn. I'm actually curious to see where they go with this now.
Yeah, I told you I love the new. I love the character. I love it.
Well, I mean, now that he's part of Judgment Day, as we saw last night, which means now he doesn't have to go into hiding for secret tickle time with Rhea Ripley.
No, I was going to say this. I got vibes when Eddie was with China.
I mentioned secret tickle time. What the hell just happened?
I'm confused.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
we have some major news coming out of AEW in regards to tomorrow night.
Uh-oh.
Some changes have been made to AEW Dynamite due to suspensions after the backstage incident after All Out.
Right.
David Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer website reports that Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley will be appearing in Buffalo. They originally were not scheduled to be on the show, but they are now booked to make up for losing some top names that were originally scheduled for tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Meltzer confirmed that there were suspensions stemming from the backstage fight, but AEW has not specifically named the people who were suspended. So the names involved were Punk, the Young Bucks, Ace Steel, and Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Meltzer confirmed that Steel and Pat Buck will not be at Wednesday's Dynamite, but it's not confirmed if they are among the list of people suspended.
Wow.
Also, too, AEW has announced that the Ring of Honor Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta will defend against Daniel Garcia. Also, Best Friends and Orange Cassidy will face Death Triangle. MJF, the number one contender for Punk's World Championship, will speak on the show. That is it.
All right. Wow.
I was gonna say before, was Secret Tickle Time like a clue or something?
I don't know. That's what I thought too. The timing that was perfect.
Did Rhea Ripley call? Did she call him Poppy on live TV there on Raw?
I don't know. But anyway, the main event of Clash of the Castle was Roman Reigns defending the WWE Universal Fruit by the Foot style title.
What the hell? Okay.
Fruit by the Foot. You know the red stripe candy?
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I had the fucking blue one.
Okay.
Costa, it's an American thing. Sorry, not Canadian.
No worries.
Taking on Drew McIntyre, and I don't know what they have. I don't know why they kept the title on Roman. I thought it would have been a perfect opportunity to put the title on Drew.
It's gonna be Cody. When Cody comes back, they're gonna give it to him.
I can tell you right now.
There should be Cody against Drew for the title. That would be a fucking banger.
I'll tell you right now what they're setting up for. Well, first of all, did you notice also how there was only one of the Uso cousins there?
Yeah.
You know why, right?
Solo Sikoa, yeah.
You know why he was the only one there, and Jay and Jimmy weren't?
Flight risk, yeah.
Because of all the run-ins they've had recently.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to leave the country.
Yep.
Yes.
But what I'll say is this: as far as the reason why Roman won, yes, and I think that was the right thing to do. No, I feel like it would have been better to have Drew take the belts. But I think what they're setting up for is they're trying to get Roman to that 1,000 mark. Because I think, and our producer there, Mr. Roberts, can look this up to find out exactly what his number is. I would appreciate that big time. I think what they're going to try to do is they're trying to get him closer to that 1,000 mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which would probably be, I think now he passed 700 now.
Yeah.
God, so it's going to be leading into next summer, isn't it?
Huh?
Yeah.
It's going to be leading into next summer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't think we're going to get to next summer. I think we're getting for. I think we're going towards Mania here.
Yeah,
I think the plan is going to be have Cody come back at the Rumble.
Yeah.
The Rumble, challenge Roman, and then you have a big moment in WrestleMania 39.
yeah.
Isn't Roman rumored supposed to be facing up against his other cousin?
Yeah, but the thing is, yes, but nothing's been confirmed yet. And I think the fact that you kept the titles on Roman means you're going to set up for him to do something with those titles at Mania. Because you know damn well he ain't working Extreme Rules because that's not a big pay-per-view for him. The next big one they're going to have is
doing what fucking Brock Lesnar did when he was champion.
Yeah, but the thing is this though. You look at after Extreme Rules, you got Survivor Series in Boston.
Yeah.
And the rumblings, from what I've heard for that, it's going to be Roman versus Karrion Cross.
Yeah, that
could be something maybe at that point.
Yeah,
but I think if he keeps it there, I think he drops it at Mania. I really think he does.
See, that's the thing that's the thing that confuses me. This is the thing that confuses me. Like you just said, he's rumored to face The Rock, right? Eventually, right? So, at that point that he faces The Rock, I don't see him having a title,
or at least both of them.
Exactly, because it doesn't make sense for him to face The Rock for a title. Like, at that point, I'd expect him not to have a title. Is what I'm saying. Like,
by the way, Tyson Fury can go fuck himself. I'll tell you that. Because he ruined the perfect good cash-in.
Nah, I don't think Theory is cashing in, man. I don't think he's.
I know, but it was nice to see the crowd reaction, and then I think half the crowd booed when Fury punched him. When he punched Fury, when Fury punched Theory in the face.
Hey, something we haven't talked about at all. What did you guys think about the reaction that Bret the Hitman Hart got from the crowd there?
Well deserved.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Well deserved. So that was. That was, Saturday night. And then Sunday afternoon, there was another. This one was a premium live event because, well, I don't care. This is not a pay-per-view. It's a premium live event.
Yeah.
As NXT 2.0 presented Worlds Collide 2022. And there were 5 matches in the card. All titles were on the fucking line for this one. We kicked it off with the NXT North American title as Carmelo Hayes faced off against a very surprising return that we saw the following week in Ricochet.
Yes.
Great opener on that one.
Yep. That was amazing.
Yes.
So the question that Mr. John Blaine asked me was, what is his title reign? It is currently at 735 days.
Yeah. So,
okay, so 735, and who's
the longest reign right now?
Yeah, there's only 3 people, and he's part of. Yeah,
I know there's. Yeah, I think there's like 3 people. I if I remember correctly, I think it's Hogan, Bruno, and somebody else,
and Roman. That's it. The only two others and Roman.
No, I'm talking about guys who have held that because they have both titles together. So yeah. I look at it as that. Yes, Carl?
So this is actually just showing championship holders over time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roman Reigns from August 30th, 2020 is 735 days.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, August 23rd to August 30th, 6 days.
Yeah.
20.
Oh, shit.
Braun Strowman, April 4th, 2020 to August 23rd, 2020, 151 days.
Yeah.
Goldberg, February 27th, 2020 to April 4th, 2020 for 37 days.
Crack. Ew. Okay.
I think what they're trying to, obviously not think, what they're trying to do with Roman, is they're trying to get him closer to that 1,000 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Carl.
The longest title reign in WWE history is Mr. Bruno Sammartino, 2,803 days.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get
And it
that.
lasted from May 17th, 1963 to January 18th, 1971.
Yeah, no, I ain't got it. What's the second longest one?
That's what I'm pulling up right now. Hold on. Where is it?
So while he's doing that, let me get back to what collectively. Next was an elimination fatal four-way unification match for both the NXT and NXT UK tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
NXT UK tag titles, as the team of Pretty Deadly are now the new NXT tag team and UK tag team champions, defeating Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, Gallus, and the Creed brothers.
Yep.
And then next was the triple threat women's title unification for the NXT women's and NXT UK women's title, as Mandy Rose defeated Blair Davenport and Mako Satomura to become the NXT and NXT UK women's champion. Calling herself Mandy Two Belts now.
May I say something about that now? Sorry. May I say something about the Mandy Rose?
Sure.
To me, and I think I saw this on Twitter too, but it's true what I saw. So to me, Mandy Rose is becoming or going on a run that is of the likes of Trish Stratus. Her look is getting closer to looking like Trish Stratus. So
well, as of today, she has the third longest NXT UK title reign at 316 days. 316, how ironic. The second longest was Shayna Baszler's second run, which lasted 416 days. And the longest one, which was Asuka at 510 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to say something, God. Did you want to say something? No.
No, I was gonna. I knew the answer to what Brian was about to say.
Yeah.
But yes, Carl.
So, Ryan, the one Roman Reigns is actually coming in close to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at number 5, because Roman is at number 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 5, Pedro Morales, 1,027 days from February 8th, 1971 to December 1st, 1973.
So maybe they're trying to make it.
After that, you have number 4, Bruno Sammartino, 1,237 days from December 10th, 1973 to April 30th, 1977. Coming in at number 3, Hulk Hogan, 1,474 days from January 1984 to February of 1988. Number 2, Bob Backlund, 2,135 days from February 1978 to December 1983. And as we said before, number 1, Bruno Sammartino, his first run, 2,803 days from May 1963 to January 1971. Roman Reigns has already surpassed Brock Lesnar, CM Punk,
Yeah.
John Cena, and the late Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to get him. Maybe they're trying to get him into the top 5.
Yeah.
Trying to get him into the top 5.
I think
I
so.
could see them probably. I could see them. What was Bruno again? The first run that Bruno had.
803.
So
The
okay.
closest one to him right now is number 5, and that's 1,027 days. That's Pedro Morales.
I can see them doing something with that.
Yeah.
I doubt we can see that Roman would hold the title to break Bruno's all-time record. I doubt we're gonna.
No.
Hell no. I don't think he can physically do that.
I don't think they will ever do that.
That's too long.
I agree with Ryan. I think they're gonna have him be in the top 5 before he drops it.
Yeah.
Let him get into the number 5 slot and then drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to do it is you have to drop it to somebody to make it mean something.
Okay, so how about this?
Cody.
Yeah. Cody does not return to the Rumble. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Whoever this is gonna be controversial. The prize will be The Rock. Rock faces Roman Reigns in Mania, loses, continues his reign, whereas here comes SummerSlam, passing the 1,000 day mark. Because right around the summertime, that's when it will reach over 1,000 days. And if they really do and if they decide to do another big stadium show for SummerSlam, if they really want to pull it off, do it there with Reigns and Cody. I can understand, unless they really want. Unless, where's WrestleMania 40?
In Philly.
Have Roman hold the title all the way up to WrestleMania 40 for Cody.
Yeah.
To win the Rumble then that year, and then go on to WrestleMania 40, a huge milestone in a very historic city.
Yeah.
With the, winning at Mania 40. It'll get Roman into the top 5. And it would give Cody that massive, hardcore wrestling fan pop. Because to be quite honest, having Cody win in Los Angeles, I'm gonna be straightforward. I apologize to the West Coast fans. LA is not a wrestling town. Los Angeles is not a wrestling town. We've seen it all happen on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. The fans are not real. Whereas if you come to the East Coast, where you come to New York, Jersey, Philly, we are real.
Yep.
Let WrestleMania 39 be, the spectacle, having all the stars. Hell, maybe even have fucking Green Arrow come back and do another match. I don't know.
No, I've never seen that show.
Green Arrow, I did.
You haven't even. Never mind. John is very uncultured if you didn't know that, guy. So it's okay.
Let me get back to Worlds Collide. There was 2 more matches on there, and then we'll talk about AEW, aka the 6-hour marathon.
Yeah.
For the NXT Women's Tag Titles, we had Katana Chance and Kaden Carter taking on Doudrop and Nikki ASH, and then the main event, Beefy Braun Breaker taking on somewhat equally beefy Tyler Bate for the NXT and NXT UK title.
Are we trying to get a beef company to sponsor us?
Maybe beef jerky.
Actually, we need organic bison beef. That's what we need.
Oh, that's actually pretty good shit. So, Braun Breaker defeating Tyler Bate and becoming the NXT and NXT UK champion, basically ending NXT UK before they turn into NXT Europe come 2023.
Yes.
Exactly.
And now, boys and girls, and John.
Hey.
Are you a horse now?
I am a gentleman.
He seems to love hay.
Anyway.
Jiminy Cricket.
Can I say something about Clash of the Castle?
Hold on. Speaking of Jiminy Cricket, Pinocchio is coming out on Disney Plus this Thursday.
We don't do free advertisement.
There's one last thing about
Yes.
Clash of the Castle.
Yes.
I love Clash of the Castle, but I will say this: the ending with Drew singing singing was horrible.
Oh my god!
I actually muted my mic. I actually muted it. I couldn't stand that. And another thing, who else was expecting Bray to be there?
We all did.
Was anybody?
A lot of people were.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about All Out.
Yep.
Start off with the pre-show. I'm sorry, 0 hour. Now, last minute, I actually decided to literally last minute, a friend of mine who lives out east invited me to go to his house to watch it. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Why not? So when first I thought it was his house, but it turned out to be a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah, because here in the US they used to do they showed it in movie theaters.
Yeah, they do that here in Canada too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a last minute decision. I'm like, man, fuck it, why not? This was like 7:00.
Yo, movie theaters are actually fun to watch pay-per-views, and I will say that.
Oh, and this one was definitely a lot of fun because oh my god, it was great.
Yeah.
John will probably need 2 seats, but that's another story. Uh-oh.
Now he's getting into his grumpy.
No, we got the angry millennial face.
His grumpy.
Grumpy millennial.
Yeah.
Go on.
Hey, Costa, I think we pissed off the Jolly Green Giant.
Then he wouldn't be jolly anymore, would he? But it's okay.
It's Johnny Green Giant.
Johnny Green Giant.
Hey, Andre there. Andre, don't we have wrestling to talk about?
That means I'm more over than you. So.
No, it means you're tall as hell.
I know. Anyway, so they kicked off the 0 hour with the AAA World Mixed Tag Team title between Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello against Ortiz and Ruby Soho. I didn't see that. I don't care.
I do have one thing to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Guevara, and I call her Ty Conti.
Whatever.
Ty Mello my ass.
Big ass too.
Those two, they had the one spot in the match that I thought was the most careless spot. And Ryan, you know exactly what spot I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the golf cart?
No, not the golf cart.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the ring, and Ruby's like on the back of Sammy. Like Sammy's trying to hold her up, and she's kind of down. And Ty comes in to do the kick, and the way she goes down,
almost on her head.
Yeah.
Well, I know she did get a broken nose that night.
Yep,
she did. Yeah, she broke her nose. Yeah.
But yeah, I really thought she broke her neck in that spot.
But anyway,
I feel bad for Ruby. With Miss Soho. So because it seems like every time she gets a break, she also gets injured. So I don't know what to say about that. Like it's just unfortunate.
One more thing I just want to bring about Ruby Soho. I don't know if you guys saw it all over Facebook today. You know how John Cena follows random people at random times?
I saw this earlier.
Yeah.
He followed Ruby Soho.
But not that Ruby Soho.
Not that Ruby Soho.
Okay.
So next was
you know what Cena likes to do in his downtime.
Anyway, moving on. Next was for the FTW title as Hook defended against Angela Parker of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Hook won, and then Matt Menard and Angela Parker beat the holy hell out of him.
And Bray Wyatt returned.
What?
And Bray Wyatt returned.
No. But out comes Action Bronson.
Yes! I love Action Bronson. He's sick.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, Action Bronson. So then next was the match that we actually walked in on, which was Pac defending against Kip Sabian for the All Atlantic title, and Pac won.
You guys know who Action Bronson is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then the last match on Zero Hour, which, in my opinion, another battle of big, beefy boys. Eddie Kingston taking on Tomohiro Ishii, and holy mother of God, was this a fucking slap fest?
Yeah, it was amazing.
This was definitely, I think, in my opinion, either equally beefy as Sheamus and Gunther, maybe even more.
Yeah. But
I know John was enjoying that very well. He's like, big boy slapping meat, yes.
Did you notice that Ishii didn't want to shake his hand after the match?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. I'm like, ooh.
I know. I think it's building into something more.
Maybe a rubber match.
Yeah, possibly, yes.
So now we get on to the main card. What is John having a stroke right now? Like, what the hell is he doing?
Why does he look like he needs to take a shit? John, you're muted, man. Hello?
I'm here. I had a moment there.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure you're good?
Huh?
Are you sure you're good?
Ryan?
Yes.
I'm the normal one here tonight.
Okay.
Wow, that's saying something.
I know, that is.
John, you are never normal.
I think Mr. Producer has to go clean something up with Mr. Clean.
Anyway, on to the main show. We kicked off with the casino ladder match.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
John.
Yeah?
I can remove you from the show tonight and leave it to these two gentlemen to run the show. You need to behave tonight.
John, if you need to take a shit, it's okay, man.
Anyway, the casino ladder match on the main card, which had Andrade El Idolo, Claudio Castagnoli, Dante Martin, Penta El Cero Miedo, Rey Fenix, Rush, Wheeler Yuta, and the Joker. Now here's the thing that for those that didn't watch it, as the 7 out of 8 are in the ring, all of a sudden a bunch of masked individuals come in, and you see one masked individual climbing the ladder. As I'm doing like my own like charades here, taking the chip and then taking the mask off. It's Stokely Hathaway, so I'm thinking like, wait, is it over? Like Stokely won. Everyone else take their masks off, and actually turned out to be W. Morrissey, the Gun Club, Lee Moriarty, and Ethan Page, all the people that Stokely picked up. But as Stokely's coming down the ladder, holding up the the chip, the countdown is going on, and you see the Joker come out.
Yeah,
coming out to the Rolling Stones too, by the way, which is very interesting.
Yeah,
people were like. And people were like, wait, who's the Joker? Who is that? You see the guy coming out with the mask and whatnot, and him doing the walking. Hathaway gives him the chip. Hathaway says, "Ring the bell. Here's your winner, the Joker." So he's to take the mask off. No, and then he leaves. Some people in the IWC are stupid because people thought that was Enzo Amore.
No. You know what? You know what gave it away? Well, we kind of knew that MJF would be coming back, but you know what really gave it away?
His walk.
The fact, his walk, and the fact that he's the one that brought W. Morrissey. As soon as I saw W. Morrissey, I knew it was MJF because he's the one that brought W. Morrissey into AEW.
See, I knew it was him because first of all, his walk and his his pose. I've known him for I called it right in the beginning.
Yeah.
The people I was with at the movie theater, one person thought it was Enzo. Someone thought it was Bray Wyatt. I'm like, why would he do that shit?
What? Okay.
So then next was the finals of the AEW World Trios Tag Titles, as the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson defeated Adam Page and the Dark Order, and this was a phenomenal matchup.
Yep. incredible, absolutely incredible.
And then next was Jade Cargill versus Athena for the TBS title. Jade won. Next. I got nothing to say about that one. That was just too damn quick. But then, next was basically a battle of AEW versus TNA, if you think about it. As FTR, basically the best tag team in the world right now, and Wardlow, taking on Jay Lethal and the debuting Motor City Machine Guns, a.k.a. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Now, here's the best thing about this match. In the beginning, when FTR was making their entrance, who's walking out of the tunnel with FTR? How about Dax Harwood's daughter?
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Wearing the shirt that said "fight like an 8-year-old girl." I loved it.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, after FTR and Wardlow win, all of a sudden you see her coming down as everyone's surrounding Sanjay Dutt, because Sanjay said that comment on Rampage about fighting like an 8-year-old girl. You know what? No, fighting like an 8-year-old brat, and that really pissed off Harwood. She gets in the ring. She takes his pencil, breaks the pencil in half. Harwood knocks out Sanjay Dutt. He's laying on the ground, and she does the classic badass move of putting her foot on the Sanjay and doing this while Bryce Remsburg's in there going 1, 2, 3. I thought that was great. Oh, duh! How can I forget this one part? They were outnumbered, but who comes out? Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah, we got the return of Samoa Joe. I almost forgot about that too. Yeah.
I have to know what the fuck happened to make him bleed.
I know her.
He
was bleeding at the end, wasn't he?
Yeah. So then next was a match that should have been on Dynamite, in my opinion. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks. A quick 5-minute match. Next was, I think, in my opinion, the best match of the night. I don't care what y'all say. It's the best match of the night. Swerve in Our Glory versus The Acclaimed.
Hey, man, you're talking to the choir here. I love Swerve in Our Glory.
Oh.
I love them, man.
That matchup right there was a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
And I think what's even funny was that the crowd was chanting, "Oh, scissor me, daddy! Oh, scissor me, daddy!" I'm like,
that was hilarious.
That's like we're in a bizarre world here.
Yeah.
Did John fall asleep on us?
John, are you asleep or what?
No, when do you guys go?
Okay.
I mean, you can chime in anytime you like. I'm just saying.
I've been told that I chime in too much. So Ryan, I'm letting you go.
You're the host. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, no, that match was good. A bunch of near falls, and I think from what I saw, they teased a little heel turn.
Yeah, they were sticking up he was sticking up his middle finger, or I don't know if that was that.
When he did this,
yeah,
and led into that. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I didn't realize who that was. Yeah, I didn't realize who that was too. But yeah, it might.
My theory is this: the day that Swerve in Our Glory loses the tag titles, Swerve's turning on Keith.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I think so too. Yeah.
One thing I'll say about that, I've been saying it for a while. What's keeping Swerve and Keith together right now, obviously, is the belts.
Yeah.
They're the classic example that you need. That they are a team that needs the belts.
Yeah, but the Acclaimed, you heard the crowd how over they are.
Yeah.
But Ryan, I'm going to tell you right now. You just said the perfect line with how over they are. We said this last week on the show.
They don't need the belts.
They don't need it.
They don't need it.
Yeah, would it be nice to put the belts on them? Yeah, it would. Will it do anything for them? Absolutely not. Because to me, they're in the same boat. I'm probably gonna get heat for this. There's a few people in AEW that don't need a belt.
The blame.
There's
a few people that are in AEW right now who I don't think need a belt
Go
because
ahead.
they're too over with the crowd.
Go ahead and list. Yeah, go ahead and list them. Let's hear this.
Obviously, I mentioned the Acclaim.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another one. And this is probably the end of my list right here. MJF.
He does. Yeah, but I I think with that, I know what you mean, but I think with everything going on now, he's gonna have to.
Oh, I could see Tony Khan biting his lip and giving MJF a run with the belt,
Yeah.
but I don't think MJF needs the belt. Like, you know who else I don't think needs the belt?
Who?
And it's just by his fan reaction, Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
He doesn't need. Like I said, you got certain people in AEW, and I know I just mentioned the men. You got some women as well. I mean, women-wise, I got one who did hold the belt, but I don't think she ever has to hold it again.
Who?
That's Dr. Britt Baker.
Yep.
DMD.
I agree with you.
Let me guess, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is opening an office in the East Coast.
So she can replace John's missing tooth there.
Oh, God!
I'm just joking.
Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, as you saw on Sunday's pay-per-view for All Out, Malachi Black kissed the crowd goodbye. At the end of the match.
Can you at least let me get to the fucking match first?
There's a reason I did this one. The reason he did that is he is taking an extended leave from wrestling.
Yeah, because of his back, I think.
Yeah.
It is for mental health issues related to his personal and professional life.
Yeah.
He also asked for a release from AEW and was denied.
Yep.
So he's unhappy and frustrated creatively, but one source claimed things were smoothed over to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Black has reportedly shown concerns about his mental health due to his personal life and demoralization due to creative booking and handling of his AEW character.
Yeah, because they keep making him lose. Sorry. Yeah.
He is taking time away from all wrestling.
Yeah.
But that does not include stepping away from signings. It is taking a step back from in-ring performing.
Yeah.
Until other news come along, enjoy your show.
Thank you, God.
I'm a better god than you, John.
Anyway,
I have more hair than you do.
speaking of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, next up was the interim women's world title four-way for the vacant title. I hate the word interim. I hate it.
Yay, Tony Storm.
Yep, it was Tony Storm against Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, and Jamie Hayter. And I called it right here. Tony Storm was going to win it. And also they were setting up, looked like it was going to be Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker.
Oh, by the way, I just need to add this. I love Jamie Hayter. I love Jamie
I do too.
She's incredible.
Mr. Peterson,
Yes.
who called that one?
We all did. We all did.
Oh, damn it.
You can't try to take credit for something we all said, John.
Anyway, so.
I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Man, someone taking credit for someone else's work, that's been going on a lot as of late.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up was the greatest match on the card.
Speaking of WWE marks, I'm joking.
No.
Moving on. Moving on.
This one was the greatest match ever. In my opinion, this one was 8 stars, not 7 stars. Fuck you, Meltzer. It was Christian Cage against Jungle Boy.
Oh, that heel turn by Luchasaurus was incredible.
The greatest match ever.
Yeah, it was. It was. My boy Christian Cage. That's my boy right there.
And then the rest of the shows suck. Yes, Carl.
I called it.
That's true, he did.
I actually went against my boy.
Luchasaurus was going to turn on Jungle Boy.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Christian.
Okay, but you guys are also forgetting one other part of the thing. Apparently, Christian is injured right now, which is why they didn't have a long match.
Who isn't injured now?
I know.
The four of us.
Exactly. Well, you
mean the three of us, John?
Exactly.
You're already injured.
How? How?
Yeah. All right.
You don't know how.
John.
Oh my god. Anyway, go
John.
ahead.
Mentally.
Oh, mentally. Huh.
And also, by the way, I do want to point out, he wasn't called Jungle Boy. He was Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Exactly. Yeah.
So does that mean that it's going into Jack Perry now?
Possibly. Probably. Potentially.
Oh, is John practicing for when whoever the Giants are playing makes more field goals than the Giants themselves?
Yep.
Actually, Brian, you bring that up. After we're done doing the AEW talk and all the wrestling talk, we're gonna have a little fun.
Oh dear.
Oh yes.
Because we're going to introduce the of our picks
Oh
for
yes.
the upcoming season.
Okay.
So
Folks, people don't want to stay tuned for that because I will lay out all the details for that because you will see our three beautiful faces and Carl.
so after that was Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson. Sorry, Lionheart Chris Jericho against Bryan Danielson, and I'm not gonna lie, this match was kind of wonky.
Who else thought that Bryan should have? Bryan Danielson should have won that match there.
I called Bryan on that one,
I know.
but I thought the match was kind of like on that.
I know. It was. You're right.
John, you asshole. So next one was the 6-man tag as Darby Allin, Miro, and Sting defeated the House of Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Malachi Black. And this was a good matchup, in my opinion, especially with Sting at the end doing the Black Mist onto Alistair, which I didn't even know. Costa, you're on mute.
Sorry, onto Malachi. Yeah. So you said.
Yeah, onto Malachi. I didn't know he had Black Mist until they showed the replay. And then, here we go. The main event.
You mean the thing we were talking about for the entire first hour?
Yep. As the real champion, Jon Moxley, defends against CM Punk.
We don't have to dive into this that much because we kind of dived into a lot in the first.
Okay. Cliff notes. Punk won. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But then, the lights go off. Mm-hmm. The lights go up. Yes, John.
I found a little statistic there. And I'm going to see if I can pull up the picture that I put. You guys remember when at the end of the match, when all of a sudden they started playing the Rolling Stones?
Oh, what, the ladder match? Yeah.
You wonder how much the Stones charge to play their song, even if it's only a few seconds?
$1.5 million.
This was from an article I found. Obviously, you can read it yourself. Basically, it talks about how Conan O'Brien, when he took over for Jay Leno a couple of years ago, decided he wanted to use the Rolling Stones' 1968 hit, I Get No Satisfaction. And it cost NBC $500,000.
Jesus.
Whoa.
So they're willing to spend that. And I thought the way they did that whole ending, but you still didn't know who it was. And if you notice, they dropped hints in previous promos.
Yeah.
And Sympathy of the Devil. And I'm sorry, when you saw him come into the screen, and he turned, and his back was still towards the camera, and he put the scarf on.
John, I was getting to that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I wasn't finished.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
As Punk was celebrating with blood on his face, the lights go off. You hear a voicemail, which sounds like Tony Khan saying, you've been missing the last few months, and I don't want to disappoint the fans. So here's my final offer. You can enter the Joker. You can enter the ladder match as a Joker. You don't have to wrestle. This is an offer that obviously you can't refuse. And then you show highlights of Punk when he was Ring of Honor World Champion, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then something about the devil or whatnot takes the head off, and you still see the back towards him. Now, of course, some fans are like, wait, who is that? Like, fans are like, yeah, we know who it is, but people are like, who is that? All of a sudden, you see him put the scarf on, and then it's pitch black for a few seconds, and then his music hit, and I swear to God, it felt like Bizarro World, because towards the end of that, the entire city of Chicago, while CM Punk, the hometown boy, was in the ring, the entire crowd was chanting MJF.
Yeah, they were.
Because I'll tell you right now, MJF became the biggest babyface in the company.
Yep.
Pretty much. But then he went like, oh. I'm like, oh, why would you ruin the moment?
I think he's going to be speaking Wednesday. I could be wrong. Yes, Mr. Carl?
MJF will be talking on Wednesday. If you remember, I said when the melee happened, that also in that report was that MJF will be talking. Clean out your ears and listen.
Yep.
Q-tips, if you're listening, please sponsor this guy.
I have a lot of crap.
Oh, you just figured that out? Yeah, well,
Wow, the love I get from these guys.
Can I say something about Malachi Black, if you guys don't mind? I know we're kind of going back and forth here.
I swear to God, I thought you were saying about crap. I'm like, where are you going with this?
No. Malachi Black. So I feel that Malachi Black is one of the best wrestlers in the world, actually. So during his time at AEW, I feel that he has been underutilized in a major way, and he already should have been one of their top, if not their top, in the company.
I don't disagree with you.
I don't either.
Disagree.
Yeah, I totally agree, Casa, with what you said. Here's my final question I want to ask.
Okay.
Here's my final question I want to ask before we get into the final final segment. We had 3 pay-per-views. We just
have other wrestling news to talk about.
Well, yes, we do have other wrestling news to get to, but I want to talk about with these 3 pay-per-views. Between Clash of the Castle, Worlds Collide, and All Out. Take away everything else that's transpired.
Mm-hmm.
With all the shit with Punk and Ace Steel and all that crap. Out of the 3 pay-per-views, which pay-per-view was your favorite pay-per-view of the weekend? Ryan, I'll throw it to you first.
Oh, well, definitely not Worlds Collide. Sorry, NXT. Very, very narrowly, like this close. I have to say All Out, because normally it would be a big margin, but this one's like a very tight margin.
Carl, what about you?
I didn't want you to pay any of the pay-per-views this weekend.
See, Carl gets it.
Costa, what about you?
You know what? Again, like Mr. Peterson said, by a very, very narrow margin. And this is only because I felt like the AEW matches were a little bit too quick as they try to fit 15 matches in there. I'm going to go with by a very, very, very narrow margin, WWE Clash at the Castle. Because up until that ending, it was the bet on course to be the best of the day. In my opinion.
You know what's funny? I have to give it to Clash. I really do.
Yeah.
I think Clash at the Castle supersedes All Out. And it's not because of anything else.
Yeah.
It's just because of one specific match that we saw at Clash at the Castle. And that was Gunther versus Sheamus.
Yep.
Because in that 5 minutes, when they had Gunther come into the ring, they had Sheamus come into the ring, you had the stare down, the refs holding the IC belt. You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of back in the late 80s, early 90s, when you would have Bret Hart defending that IC title. That IC title meant something that night.
Yeah.
Had you not had Roman on that card, and you didn't have the Roman, Roman and Drew, that to me should have been your main event right there. Gunther versus Sheamus.
Yeah, I agree.
That match didn't have a big fight feel to you guys.
No, it did. It definitely
did.
That's to me. And guys, if you're watching, let us know in the comments below. Do you agree? Which one do you think was your favorite? And also, if you're watching in the future, after this video is done, you can also comment as well. We'll definitely look at them. And then, yeah. But Ryan, what were you going to say?
I wasn't saying anything. I was agreeing.
Oh. But, Carl, I know you had said we have other wrestling news that we want to get to.
Yes, we do.
So,
Mr. Peterson, as our reporter, I sent you a few things. Do you want to bring up the D'Lo Brown news?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, according to Fightful, I will pull this up right now because when I heard this off camera, I'm like, really? So, according to Fightful, D'Lo Brown has exited, is reportedly gone from Impact Wrestling.
Ooh. Wow.
He worked as a producer and as an announcer before leaving the position to go full time on his producing role.
Yeah.
He was part of the build to Slammiversary, reuniting the Aces and Eights. He's only been a part of that run for the last 3 years. So yeah, that's kind of a surprise too.
Where do you guys think he lands?
That was gonna be my next question.
Back in WWE?
No. I think he's going to take time away from wrestling.
Okay.
I think so too.
All right.
He's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah.
To clear his mind and relax his body, even though he hasn't done a lot, he's stepping away.
Yeah.
That's my own personal opinion.
Okay.
Or we could see him probably do a podcast with Conrad Thompson.
John, shut up.
I'm just saying, everybody who leaves
Go
wrestling
in the corner.
Really?
It's time for John to go to timeout, I think.
Ryan, what are the other ones I sent you? Since you are the reporter for the show.
Yes, I'm not only a co-host, as John's sitting there going, yeah.
I get the joke. Very funny.
Did I say it was a joke?
Moving on.
That's another one of your phrases, by the way. I think we got into this with Sean Ross Sapp stating, right now, AEW talent have not been told anything. Almost all I've spoken to believe CM Punk will have to go or make major amends to remain with the company.
Yeah.
A lot of talent haven't arrived where Dynamite broadcasting from yet, but the heat on Punk is unreal.
Yeah. They're saying this is like beyond nuclear heat at this point.
We mentioned, the several personnel, being suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else.
We touched the Gary Wolf one.
Boy, did we ever. Did we ever. Okay, I think Sean Rossap said, haven't gotten any official word on what he said, what I said, a few moments ago, or suspensions. There are so many rampant done deal rumors about what is happening that it's getting almost impossible to verify. AEW isn't talking. Tony Khan, Punk, the Bucks, Omega, and Ace Steel are not. A lot of conjecture and expectations.
And I think the best way we can look at it is there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. There's still going to be a lot of stuff coming out. We still don't know all the details yet. And
we don't speculate.
That's all we're doing right now. We're just speculating until we get concrete. And
John, we don't speculate. We only report what we find out until everything is settled.
And
one thing I can say is that we know there's going to be a lot of suspensions, though.
But guys, here's the other thing also.
I'm just joking.
When we say that we're getting, that we're waiting until certain things are confirmed, we're not waiting for some schmuck on Twitter who has 3 followers who goes, "Oh, I heard through my sources that this, and this happened." No, unless it's reported by Sean, by Meltzer, by Wade Keller, or by Mike Johnson, any of those 4, then we don't talk about it because those are the only people.
Or AEW itself.
Or of AEW. Oh, and this is the other thing also. There was a post that came out from AEW. I don't know if this is part of the list of wrestling stories, Ryan, on this. If it is, stop me. That with the whole thing of Hangman leaving.
Yeah.
No. I did not see that one.
I will tell you right now, that's a 100% false report.
Mm-hmm.
That was somebody tried to pull a fast one who obviously is very good at working on the computer. To the people on social media who bought it, hook, line, and sinker. I have an island I have to sell you by the Brooklyn Bridge.
Mr. Peterson. No, never mind. I'm not gonna.
What?
Mr. Peterson, you fell for it.
I did actually, because also I was working. I was looking at my phone for a hot second.
Yeah, yeah.
I know there's some other ring announcers who also fell for it. I'm just saying. No, it's not who you're thinking, but let's keep this moving because I do want to get to those NFL picks.
Okay.
You're going to wait a second. There is some big, huge news about somebody that we've been trying to get on our show that Mr. Peterson knows very, very well.
Is there?
Involving Mr. Matt Cardona.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Matt Cardona has filed a trademark for his nickname. Cardona filed to trademark the Agent on September 2nd with the United States Patent and Trademark Office under his real name, which I will be graciously not saying on air.
No.
But the filing was made through Michael E. Dawkins, who has helped independent talent and AEW stars with securing their trademarks over the years. So that means now he actually sent out a tweet on the 29th that says, not only am I a free agent, I'm the agent.
Okay, that's interesting.
So that is one big thing in his favor.
What do you guys think that ultimately means? Other than he's a free agent, where does he land?
I don't think he's
No,
going.
no, 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 no.
What?
He's trademarking the title, The Agent.
Yes.
So he will be known as Matt the Agent Cordona, or the Agent Matt Cordona.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, for example, Costa, your name, okay? Whatever your nickname would be, you trademark that. Only you can use it. Nobody else can use that later on, and that's what he did.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Gotcha.
Well, we bring up Cardona. I guess we can bring this up quickly. He had a match at GCW. I think
of course, you be the one bring this one up, John.
It happened, okay? All I'm going to say is this. I'll make it short, sweet, and to the point. Cardona found a new way to win his match. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go to Twitter. You'll see the pictures.
And I am going to say this right here, right now. That's illegal.
But
with everything we've been fucking talking about on this show, why?
Because John showed us that he wasn't in the match.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Carl got very quiet after that statement.
Okay. Let's get moving on there.
You got nothing to say to the Johnny Green Giant?
We have other things to finish up on the show before we wrap the show up for tonight.
Not yet.
Wow.
So,
all right.
This was posted 9 hours ago. Several internal WWE roster changes have been made.
Ooh, okay.
Since taking over as head of creative for WWE, now with the title of Chief Content Officer, Triple H has made various changes to WWE products.
Yep.
And here we go. Triple H has brought back former stars such as Braun Strowman, Hit Row,
which by the way, Braun Strowman sick last night.
Yeah, I know, that was hilarious.
Not touching that one. Carrying Cross and more. He also made the product come across as more real.
Yep.
PWInsider.com reported that there have been changes made to internal roster. Dexter Lumis has been officially added to the Raw roster internally, while Solo Sikoa is officially added to the SmackDown roster.
Gee, who saw that coming?
As Imperium, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser are now listed as a tag team on the SmackDown roster.
Thank God.
Ciampa is internally listed with his original name going by Ciampa since his main roster call-up.
Mm-hmm.
Previously noted, Ciampa received his full name during Monday's episode of Raw.
Yeah.
At Clash of the Champions this past Saturday, Vinci and Kaiser reunited alongside Gunther for his Intercontinental title defense against Sheamus. Also at this show, Solo helped Roman Reigns retain the undisputed WWE Universal title over Drew McIntyre in the main event, singling his main roster debut and joining his brothers, the Usos, as a member of the Bloodline.
Yeah. So by Friday, we'll be seeing Sami Zayn get super kicked out of the group.
Oh, Sami Zayn, yeah. Probably.
And that's where John runs in saying, "Ooh, can I be part of the Bloodline too?"
Very funny.
Are the rumors of Sasha Banks and Naomi being added to the internal roster
Nothing yet.
factual or no? Nothing yet? Okay.
Nothing yet.
All right.
And that
Just
is.
Go ahead.
So that is it for right now.
Okay, but let's. And guys, like I said, we have 2 more things to do before we wrap up the show for tonight.
Yep.
And the first thing that we will be doing is a new segment on the show.
All right.
Being that we are a few days away from the start of the 2022 NFL season.
Hell yeah.
And guys, we don't have a sports show yet on this network, and we sort of know what we're talking about here. So I decided to start a new segment where we do our picks for this upcoming week. But now I have to set the table, though. We're not going to go over every match because truthfully, nobody gives a shit about half the matches.
Okay.
The way we're going to do it is this. Costa, I'm sorry to have to put you in this position. Since 75% of the crew lives in the New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah.
2 of the teams that will be picked, that 2 of the games that we're going to pick are the Jets game and the Giants game.
All right. It's cool.
You have 3 other games.
Okay.
You can pick whatever game you want. I'll run through all the games.
Oh shit! Here we go.
All
To
right.
let you guys know the games that we have. So we'll kick it off with Thursday Night Football as the Buffalo Bills will be playing the Los Angeles Rams in LA with the halftime show, as I found out today, being performed by none other than Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow.
He's still around.
He is still alive and still kicking, folks.
Jesus.
But then the fun gets going Sunday. At 1 p.m. over on Fox, the New Orleans Saints are heading to Atlanta to play the Falcons. In the first revenge game of the season, the Cleveland Browns play the Carolina Panthers. You have San Fran playing the Chicago Bears. Pittsburgh's playing Cincinnati. The Eagles are playing the Detroit Lions.
Let's go Eagles. Sorry.
The Colts are playing that team from Houston, the Texans. New England plays Miami. Baltimore is at New York to play the Jets. Jacksonville is heading to Washington to play the Commanders. The Giants are heading to Tennessee to play the Titans. The Chiefs are playing the Arizona Cardinals. The Raiders are playing the Chargers. Sunday, the one more late game we have, Green Bay will be playing Minnesota. Your Sunday night game for week 1, we'll see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to Dallas and play the Dallas Cowboys.
Boo!
Monday Night Football game for this week sees another revenge game as we will see the Denver Broncos, led by Russell Wilson, taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow. Let's go Denver. Oops.
So, like I said, guys, the two that we all picked, not the same, but the 2 games that we all have similar on is the Jets and Giants. All the other ones are up to whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah.
Brian, actually, you know what? I went with you first on the last one. Costa, I'll go with you first on this one.
Yeah.
Let me run through it again. Baltimore's playing the Jets. Who do you have winning?
Baltimore.
Okay. And the Giants play Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Okay.
Sorry, John.
So now which is the first game you want to look at?
With the first game from those 2,
No, the first game of the other games.
okay, so I'll just say this. Eagles are beating the Lions.
Okay, so that's your third.
Yeah. And then let's look at Denver versus Seattle, yeah.
Okay, that's your fourth. Who do you have winning that one?
Denver.
And your last game?
Minnesota versus Green Bay. I have Green Bay winning that.
Okay. Carl, let me go to you now. Same thing. Baltimore's at the Jets. Who do you have winning?
Baltimore.
Giants play Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay, now what are your 3 games?
Patriots.
Okay, so you have Patriots playing Miami. You have the Patriots winning, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, your other 2?
I'm going to go Broncos over the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's a fucking weird one for you. Ready?
Ready?
Yep.
49ers over Bears.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
actually not a weird one. That's actually a good one.
That is a good one.
Mr. Peterson, you're up. Again, Giants play Jets at Baltimore at New York. Who wins that one?
Even though I'm a diehard Jets fan, I'm sorry. It's going to be Baltimore. Baltimore.
Giants, Tennessee.
Sorry, John. Tennessee.
Okay, now who are your 3 games?
3 games. Definitely Broncos over Seahawks.
yeah.
Okay.
I got the Rams over the Bills. Not by much, though.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I'm going to pick Tampa over Cowboys by 3 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they are in Dallas. Just saying.
For me, I agree with you guys. I think Baltimore gets the win over the Jets. I don't really know yet what this Jets team looks like yet.
Me neither.
Giants, Tennessee. I don't know. And I'm not saying it because I'm a Giants fan. I don't know on this one.
Really?
Because the big thing for me as the Giants is are they going to be able to stop Derrick Henry, the running back for Tennessee?
Yeah.
That's going to
And
be
the
my
answer is
big
no.
thing.
And the answer is no. But anyway.
I don't think they are. I think the defense is what's going to be our Achilles heel this year. I got Tennessee winning that one. Here's one that none of you guys talked about.
What?
I'm looking at the Cleveland Carolina game.
Oh yeah. Baker Mayfield is
Baker Mayfield's return to the team that basically belted him away. I think Carolina wins that one.
Yep.
Really?
I think that's going to be the revenge game for
That's
me.
gonna be the surprise game of the week.
Yeah.
And they got Carolina up by 1.5 in the betting.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati over Pittsburgh
Yeah.
because I don't trust Pittsburgh's starting quarterback right now, who has tiny hands.
It's Kenny. Oh,
Like
Pickett.
you.
Yeah. Like. Yeah.
Then the other one I'm looking at. Here's one. I'm looking at KC, Arizona.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
And my prediction for that one, KC wins, but not by that much, being that you have one of the best offenses in the AFC going up against one of the best defenses in the NFC.
Mhm.
So, guys, that was your week 1 predictions from the Around the Ropes crew. Again, we will be doing this every week through till the Super Bowl. So,
Football is back, baby.
so you're going to definitely want to stay tuned for that. But, guys,
I do want to mention one thing. I do apologize because I'm looking at the betting lines right now. There's one game that actually has a massive surprising bet.
which one?
Hold on.
Bill
Let
and
me see it.
What?
Let me find it.
From what I'm seeing, it's Jacksonville and Washington, and the pick is Jacksonville at 3.5.
Wow. I don't see that happening at all. I'm picking Washington on that one.
I see it at 2.5.
Still
ESPN has it at 2.5.
with Jacksonville over. Oof.
Dude, 49ers and Bears is at 7. They got 49ers at 7.
Yeah.
They got, and this website has got Giants at 6.
Guys, the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to promote betting because betting is another issue. Folks, people have issues with betting.
Oh, come on, John. Oh, come on, John. It's okay.
But guys, one
Only if
last
you
thing
get
I
free
want-
credits. Only if you have free credits.
Yeah.
one last thing I want to get to before we wrap up the show for tonight, and that's what we have coming up at the end of October.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
Because, folks, we've been talking about it now for some time.
Oh shit.
You are forgetting something that is going to happen in October also, John, that this podcast is part of.
Let's get into that.
No, you're going right to the end.
I was promoting what we have coming up in the month of October.
You said the end of October, John.
Goosfraba.
Okay. I misspoke on that one. But guys, coming up the weekend of October 15th, you will see myself with him, Mr. Baldy, down at Baltimore Celeb Fest.
Hell yeah.
We had chat on the show. Everything by the end of this week will be finalized, and you will see us there. You can meet us. We'll sign autographs, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, we look forward to another.
Maybe you can give John a chopper too.
Yes.
Paper autograph. By the way. Paper autographs, by the way.
Paper autograph.
That's a good one, Costa. But yes, guys, that's happening the weekend of October 15th. But then, folks, October 29th.
Yep.
Now you can go into it.
Okay, good. I'm glad I got the permission for that one. October 29th, over at the Ridgefield Park Sportatorium. ECW presents their next show.
You're right. It's the mecca of the independent scene in the new tri-state area. Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, Knights of Columbus.
No, John said it right. The Ridgefield Park Sportatorium.
That's all what it is. Which we'll see the main event.
Either way work.
Yeah. Which we'll see the main event. I gotta make sure I have it up.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, John. Will you let me do my job?
Yes. Which we'll see. That's why I've been saying that the last couple times now.
Is it this one?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
PCO with Father Craven, not as Brian put it, the priest that you get from Wish.com.
The priest.
Taking on Madman Fulton, defending his title in his first title defense. Guys, you will definitely see us there for this event.
Yeah.
And Carl, would you mind throwing up the poster of the event itself? Yes, folks, hold on.
Yep.
Right there. Happening Saturday, September 29th. In Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. You'll see 3 out of 4 of us there.
Yep.
Because obviously Ryan is the guy right there is the ring announcer. And you'll see us there. Like I said, we will, we'd love to meet you guys. Carl's thinking. I see
by the way, John made an error. It's
yes.
It's October 29th, not September 29th. But anyway.
Also that night, we have for the King of New York Championship, the current champion Bandito on the right, taking on Average Joe Scott.
Wow, what a matchup!
But as I get rid of that one, we have one more that I'm going to post.
Okay.
Yes. In triple threat tag team action, we have Team Splendid taking on the Throne, and also the Stepdads.
And I know there was another match announced tonight. I just did not have a chance to pull it up here.
Oh, but I have it in front of me. A women's tag team match. As the team of Damaris and Vanity takes on the team of Evie De La Rosa and Ruthless Lala.
Ooh, wow. Nice. That should be an
Who, by the way, she's in a big storyline right now with Isaiah Wolf.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I'm just kidding.
Yes, Carl?
And for our listeners that just heard the name Ruthless Lala, she will be our guest next Tuesday at 8:30 at night.
Hey!
Oh, that's news.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very surprised at the both of you, but mostly you, Carl. You forgot to put this match graphic up.
That was me.
Oh, time. Him. I'm throwing his ass under the bus on this one.
Okay. Let me backtrack it. John, I am not surprised that you fucked up on this one. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you know what? There, Tough Man? Okay, moving on.
What the hell was that?
I am keeping my mouth shut right now. So, on October 29th.
He's sitting there like, what?
On October 29th.
Come back in and make the announcement.
Yep.
What did I do?
Excuse me, you're full timeout. Back down.
Jack. Yo.
Go ahead, Mr. Peterson.
Well, thank you, Mr. Producer. So, on October 29th at the Ridgefield Park Sportatorium, the mecca of pro wrestling in the tri-state area, we have Wrecking Ball Legursky going one-on-one against Rhett Titus.
Wow. What a matchup. That's crazy.
Yeah. And also, Carl, are we allowed to mention what's happening with the podcast at the end of this month? Is it confirmed? Are we allowed to mention it? Bring back one nut.
Johnny Boy, come back on camera.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
What's happening at the end of this month? The 25th?
Don't do it yet. I haven't confirmed it yet.
Okay.
All right.
I will let you know when it's confirmed.
Okay, then.
But yes, guys, we have
There's something in the works, folks.
But yes, we have a lot of.
Keep talking, but I have to bring something up that's coming up this month here in New Jersey with a good friend of ours, and I gotta finally find it.
Okay.
While Carl's finding that, we do have, like I said, we have a lot coming up. We have Baltimore Slugfest happening in the middle of October. We have the thing that we're doing down at the Ridgefield Park Sportatorium in at the end of October. Mr. Peterson, are we allowed to promote the thing we're doing in November?
Yeah.
Guys, we're also making this announcement right now. November 12th it is.
Well, actually, no, we can talk about December, too.
Okay, hold on. Let's go one more at a time. Don't want to confuse people.
All right.
November 12th at the in Queens, New York. We will be a part of the big event.
Yes.
But if you thought that was big, see my pun there? We have a iconic trip coming up.
Jesus Christ, John.
You know nothing about Big John, but it's okay. Never mind.
Happening the middle of December 17th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
December 17th.
At the 2300 Arena. Now, wrestling fans who are watching this who know of the 2300 Arena, that is the arena where ECW was.
Yep.
We'll be there for Icons of Wrestling.
Yep.
And I already told Mr. Peterson that we will be taking a picture in front of the famous mural.
Of course. Now let me announce who not only us but also our partner will be bringing in.
Yes.
So we have apparently the person who kicked the baby, even though it wasn't his fault, the legendary Gene Snitsky.
Huh? Really? Okay.
We also have Ashley D'Amboise.
Okay.
We also have the man who famously slapped a reporter on TV, Dr. D. David Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
We also have representing. I gotta. My hands cramping because I'm doing this perhaps.
What this?
Yeah, representing the Bullet Club, Chris Bay.
Oh wow.
We also have La Huela Loca, Taya Valkyrie.
Wow. Okay.
And I will show the graphic right here, right now. We also have Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So, guys, we are making something of this. Through hell or high water, we are making something of this.
If you come to Icons, come by, say hello, get an autograph, buy us a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
An actual cheesesteak.
An actual cheesesteak, yeah. Which actually, John, have you ever had a cheesesteak?
Not in Philly.
Carl,
Yes.
have you ever had a cheesesteak?
Yeah, not from those two fucking losers that think they're God's greatest thing.
Well, there's other places other places out there. So basically, you and I will be popping John's cheesesteak cherry that day.
Yes.
Yep. But we got all that coming up. Again, stay locked into our socials. You'll be updated as soon as we have graphics done. Because guys, we went up with you guys with what we have coming up to the end of this year. But let me say this much right now. You definitely want to stay tuned in because we have some stuff already in the works for 2023.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be amazing.
Like I said, folks, by hell or high water, we're going to make something of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling Carl's trying to find something.
It involves a good friend of ours that has a foundation. And I can't find it now.
We will send it out on our socials.
Yeah, we'll send it out on social media, okay?
Well, it is our good friend Bill DeMott's Carrie DeMott Foundation on September 24th in Paramus, New Jersey. They are having a fundraiser that he does every year. And this year, they are doing a softball game against the Paramus Police.
Ooh.
I will actually be attending that.
Oh.
I'm trying to find out where it's at. Oh, there it is. The third annual Day in the Park and Softball Tournament. It is from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Van Son County Park in Paramus, New Jersey. It is open to everybody. So come join the New Jersey chapter of the Carrie Ann DeMott Foundation for the Day in the Park. Free for the whole family. Come and enjoy food, games, community fellowship, and raffles. New this year, cheer on the foundation as we take on the Paramus Police Department in a softball tournament. And those of you who do not know what the Carrie Ann DeMott Foundation is, Bill DeMott's late daughter, Carrie Ann, was killed a mile from her house by a drunk driver. And he has been an advocate against drunk driving ever since. And he calls out celebrities and politicians.
Yeah.
And also calls out law enforcement that are on the wrong side of the law.
Yeah.
If you do, go to Facebook, go to Twitter. It is the Carrie Ann DeMott Foundation. He goes around the country talking about drunk driving, but also cyberbullying and everything else that is involved. So please help out our good friend Bill DeMott, and we will try and get him on our show so you can all hear about this even further from him.
Okay.
Yes. All right. But guys, we covered a lot tonight.
Yeah.
We covered a lot tonight. Let me let Ryan go first for final thoughts and social media, and also Ryan, you can also promote what shows you have coming up.
Oh, good Lord Almighty! There's a bunch of them.
Up until like October.
Oh God! So, final thoughts. Again, what an interesting weekend of wrestling. Not only in the ring, but also behind the scenes. So you can find me on Twitter right down there at Ryan_MC. My upcoming schedule this Friday, I'm in Rahway, New Jersey with WrestlePro, featuring Kurt Angle, Jimmy Jacobs, and so much more live from the Rahway Rec Center. The following week, I have Creator Pro here in Melville, New York, featuring the Wolves, the Iron Savages, aka Bear Country, Bully Ray, and so much more. The 23rd, I am back with Ace Pro Wrestling in Teaneck, New Jersey, with a massive card featuring Anthony Gang going against Rob Vegas, Dominic De Niro against Cade Lothbrook, Sean Carr versus Darius Carter, and so much more. The 25th, I'm back with Invictus at the Mecca of Pro Wrestling, the Ridgefield Park Sportatorium, with their 2-year anniversary show featuring Speedball Mike Bailey, Fight or Die, Milk Chocolate, and so much more. And, October 8th, I have WrestlePro once again in Brooklyn. The 9th is TBD. That's coming out soon. The 15th, I may be in Staten Island. The 20th and the 29th, I'm in Ridgefield Park once again with CCW. And then November 12th, back with. I have a lot of shit coming up. How does that sound?
Just go to
and also for John, you can find me. You can find me at MySpace at _Ryan is number 1. No, all right, fine.
Moving on. Let's go down to Carl.
Oh, you have to go to me. So, this is where you can find me right here on Twitter. But this past weekend, I've been a little busier than normal. Family issues. But I did follow what was going on no matter what, because I've been talking to Mr. Blaine and Mr. Peterson. And again, as Ryan said, the 23rd, I will be in Teaneck, New Jersey at Ace myself, because I am one of their biggest supporters. And I am the loudmouth of the crowd in that building.
No.
Shut up, John. Oompa Loompa. Anyway, the 24th, I will be in Ridgefield Park for Pro Wrestling Magic. Their main event is one you don't want to miss. Mr. Darius Carter versus Danny Moff. You want to talk about a beating? Darius Carter's going to get his ass whooped. And I'm going to be there to cheer that on. Because I still did not forget about the damn spicy chip challenge, Mr. Carter. Had your handprint for 2 fucking days.
Blame the MC for that one.
No, I blame you for fucking picking him.
But blame the MC because the MC egged him on.
So did you, John.
No, he's right. I kind of reminded him about when he was on this said podcast, and then
Oh, we're
I love
brutal.
being the producer. Anyway, so that's what we got. Also on the 24th, I will be in Paramus to support the Carrie Ann DeMott Foundation. We will put that all out on our social media with the Carrie Ann DeMott Foundation. Everything they do, please support it. It's one of the big things. But one thing I'm going to suggest, that you take time out of your day You see our first responders, which is our cops, our military. Military is different, but it's the cops, fire department, and EMS, and say thank you. Because you know what? You never know what they're going through. Remember that, but also pray for our troops. And that's all I got to say.
Let's go over now to Costa.
All right.
Cassie, you're unmuted, buddy.
All right. Thanks for
Got it.
unmuting me. Mr. Producer. But yes, my final thoughts are.
Cassie, did you change your handle on Twitter yet?
I did not. I'm gonna do it this weekend for sure. Sorry, guys. So
Damn you.
sorry, Mr. Producer. I apologize. So my final thoughts are, as Mr. Peterson said, we had a great weekend of wrestling. This weekend, the standout pay-per-view for me was WWE's Clash at the Castle. I actually think it might be their pay-per-view of the year. Despite the personal differences that are going on in AEW, they had a great pay-per-view as well, and hopefully they get everything figured out with their talent there. So I'm excited to see what else happens in the weeks to come in wrestling, and I hope you guys join us for the roller coaster that is the world of wrestling. Thank you for tuning in, and we appreciate your viewership.
Yep, and now it's me. Yes,
Now
guys.
comes to the Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
The Jolly Green Giant.
You guys can look right. You guys look right there. There we go. Follow me on Twitter right there at John_Blaine. Final thoughts. Thought this weekend was definitely an interesting weekend for pro wrestling. The last couple of hours with all the crap going on with Punk and Ace Steel would make your head spin.
Yep.
Like I said before, catch me, myself, and Carl in Baltimore weekend of October 15th for Baltimore Celeb Fest. We will have a slew of stuff. We haven't even figured out exactly what we're going to have there yet, but we'll have stuff there. That October 29th, you can catch myself, Carl, and Ryan. We will all be at the Ridgefield Park Sportatorium for CCW's next show, which will see Madman Fulton defend his CCW World Heavyweight title against the monster himself, PCO. So definitely stay tuned to all that. We got big event coming up in November, and we got Icons of Pro Wrestling coming up in December. So if you catch us out there, we'll take pictures, sign autographs, the whole 9 yards. So guys,
yep.
I said this before. We have a lot of stuff coming up, and what?
Sorry, John.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
What I was just gonna say. Really? Really?
That's why I was laughing, yo.
Not being sponsored by them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, apparently now my name is Charmin. But guys, the show this week was definitely fun. As Carl said, we will have Ruthless Lala on next Tuesday. Is that confirmed and everything?
Oh, yes, it's confirmed.
Okay.
Yep.
Definitely have her on next week. So definitely talk to her. Especially, I want to get her take on this ongoing storyline she's having right now with Isaiah Wolf. But guys, like I said, tonight's show has been fun. You can catch us on our socials. We're right there around the ropes. You know where to find us. But for Costa, for Ryan, for Carl, for everybody who watched tonight, I appreciate it greatly. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Good one.
Make sure to use Charmin.
See you next week.
Peace, guys. Peace. Peace,
And
guys.
no paper.